Let's get reacting. And then I proceed to not speak for the next 3 hours and I end stream and I'm like, wow, that was really fun. Bye.
A question for you guys. Which do you think came first? Kid Cuisine or Kid Cuisine?
What? The one on the right. The one on the right. Right? Yeah, the one on the right.
Kid Cuisine is a line of frozen TV dinners that were introduced in the year 1990. The name is meant to imply that it's a cuisine for kids, not that it's a cuisine made out of kids, a common misconception. Chicken nuggets, pizza, mac and cheese, Kid Cuisine really did know what kids wanted to stuff down their tiny, disgusting face holes.
My family never really bought me Kid Cuisine, and I think it was because I was fucking poor. I think it was because I was poor. Wait, guys, didn't I silence the BGM already? Why are people still saying that they can hear it? The fuck? I turned it off! It's gone! Hydration? But I do have to sing happy birthday, so hold on, let's get that done. Actually, we'll get it done after we watch this. For continuity's sake.
Kid Cuisine, however, is the name of the kid...
Because the video BGM sounds like yours? Like fucking elevator music? Ah, nah, fuck this. I am literally not going to use that BGM anymore. I'm gonna hire one that's like super EDM and it's like very distracting.
Cuisine mascot. He's a penguin referred to as KC, but that literally stands for Kid Cuisine.
What's your full name? Kid Cuisine. What do you dislike? Just like any other kid, I don't like for the fun to stop. Even at mealtime. He's a kid? Guys, I don't think that's a kid. What do you love? Keeping the fun going by giving kids their favorite foods and real meals that are still really fun, and getting the last laugh when I can. His full name is Kid Cuisine. Lots of kids recognize him, adults too, but who really is KC? Meet the mascot who brings Kid Cuisine to life and introduce him to your kids. How would you describe your personality? Playful and curious. That's because I wear a lot of hats. You can tell if you look at all my different meal boxes. This guy gives me really creepy vibes.
So did Kid Cuisine create a line of frozen
I liked him better when I didn't know anything about him.
Or did his parents name him after already existing TV dinners? Well, it seems like the food came first because the original
mascot introduce him to your kids? Why not, Chatty?
BJ, which stands for
BJ?
Well, you know.
No, literally, what the fuck is going on? This is creepy and weird.
BJ the chef!
Mighty small meal, partner.
Get on, doggy!
Rustle up, my Kid Cuisine Mega Meals.
Today we're doing something a little bit different. I just got back from a trip and I wanted to whip up a quick video before I started work on my next game review, so here we are. I'm here in my tiny kitchen.
No offense, but naming your child BJ or even giving him the initials of BJ means you don't love him, you want him to die, and you're a terrible fucking parent.
And instead of trying to make you feel nostalgic through games or movies, we're going to be taking a look at some frozen food. I haven't had a Kid Cuisine meal in ages, but frozen food has always kind of been a part of my diet, so I think I have a palate to really do a fair review of these meals.
Not the macaroni, but everything else.
Let's keep the fun going with my Kid Cuisine All-Star Chicken Nuggets meal, made with white meat for a taste that can't
Made with white meat.
Let's see that again.
First up is the All-Star Chicken Nuggets, a chicken nuggets meal with an all-star cast, complete with a chocolate pudding.
4 stars! Underrated!
Dig into
Underrated.
A galaxy of yummy flavors. Looks pretty good. Looks a little sad. I can't really tell the difference between the corn and the...
Ain't no way they're gonna say this is bad. Like, even from the picture alone, it looks better than the other meals. You wanna know why? Because you can't fuck up chicken nuggets.
Mac and cheese, I think, yeah, this is definitely the mac and cheese. This looks like gravy. There's a lot of steps to this. You gotta remove the film.
No, there's not a lot of steps to this. Stop exaggerating. That's so much easier than having to cut holes in it. Are you kidding me?
Remove the nuggets.
What?
I don't know that I've ever had to do
Never mind, this is too complicated. Never mind, it is complicated. I lied.
And the
I lied.
cookie spoon. A microwave meal.
Gore bat? Yes, you can. This guy has had terrible chicken nuggets before.
While that's cooking, let's read one of the reviews from the Kid Cuisine website. I bought this kid's cuisine for my 69 children, and 8 of them just turned 50.
What?
There was a
Chicken nugget in my pudding.
I would like a full refund on 7082 of your meals. John Stamos in prison.
They have to hire unintelligent AI, artificial low intelligence, to leave fake bad reviews because that's how peak kid cuisine is. They have to send the ops in to compete.
So now you gotta stir. I mean, it's still...
Okay, the pudding looks so fucking nasty, I'm not gonna lie. But I just don't like pudding, usually. I don't like the texture. Okay, let me give you a confession that's like completely irrelevant to what we're reacting to, but it feels relevant to me. So every Thanksgiving, I have to help my aunt make banana pudding. It's a very simple recipe, and the vast majority of my family loves it, especially my brother Hassan Pyre, that one. He loves the banana pudding. Like, every year he makes jokes like, oh, wow, that's a nice banana pudding, but where's the pudding for everybody else? And it's like the whole fucking container because that's how much he loves it. But guess what? I don't like it that much. And it's not because the flavor is bad. It's not because it doesn't taste good. It's because I fucking hate the texture of it in my mouth. It gets so soggy and disgusting and nasty, and I can't fucking stand it. And it tastes so fucking, oh, it tastes good, but it's just, I can't handle the way it feels in my mouth. It's so bad.
Now you put the nuggets back in. Oh, this is
soggy
a really
banana, chatty. Soggy
video
banana.
I'm making here, guys. Microwave an additional 2 minutes.
What do you add to it? Vanilla wafers, vanilla pudding, and then bananas. That is quite literally it, I think. No, there's also sour cream. There's some sour cream in there somewhere. Like I said, the taste is good, but when it has banana in it, I hate it. Like, if it was just banana-flavored pudding and no actual banana pieces, plus the wafer, that would probably be good for me. Like, I could probably handle that. But the banana pieces make it literally inedible to me, especially after the first day. Could you ask for no banana? No, you can't ask for no banana. It's all up in that bitch.
Now, how's this video going so far? Is this interesting at all? Even close?
Sour cream?
I told you I was
Yeah, sour cream! What is not clicking for you?
gonna try new things. I didn't say it would all go well.
Let's see that again.
All right, timer just went off. Now for the fun part, and I gotta admit, it's smelling pretty good in here. Let's see what we're working with.
As it should. It's kid cuisine.
So it's piping hot. We got our chicken nuggets, a corn,
Chicken nugget.
mac and cheese.
Ew, not the mac and cheese. No pudding. But the corn and the chicken nugget, that's perfect. They're so intelligent for that. Oh my god, they're so smart for that. I could probably eat it with the sweet spoon, the cookie spoon. Why is he eating it like he's not sure what it is? It can't be that bad.
Well, that's some watery mac and cheese.
Yeah, he didn't peel it, so he didn't eat it properly. That's probably why he didn't like it.
That's corn. That's definitely corn.
Shit, I didn't know that you guys couldn't read the subtitles properly. Hold on, Shadi. Just one little tiny moment, please.
Oh.
And
Look at
a
this
little bit
stuff.
of that, and then a little bit of that, and then a
Oh,
little bit of that.
nasty.
There we go.
I don't know about the
There
pudding,
you go,
guys.
Chatty.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know. Ugh.
I'm
I've
sickened.
tasted everything on the all-star chicken nugget meal. Each component
When she
pretty
hasn't
much
showered, but you
falls
go in anyways. Okay. Look, bro. I really hate that you made me read that shit. I really hate that you said it, and I really hate that it sounds like you've experienced it up close personally. Tell your dirty bitch to take a shower.
One of two categories. In the better
It's
than
me,
I
I'm the dirty
expected
bitch. He's
category,
gonna
we
hit
have
me with
the
that.
chicken
He's like,
nuggets and
Lucy,
the
what do you mean? I'm talking about you. Remember how you didn't shower for 4 days? I
corn.
showered!
And in the worse than I expected category, we have the mac and cheese and the pudding. Specifically the pudding. This stuff is just nasty.
Yeah,
and I
see,
don't
I'm
know-
so smart.
I don't know that I want warm microwave pudding, really. I'd rather have cold pudding, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd probably rate this meal a solid 3 out of 5, which ironically is the remaining length of John Stamos' prison sentence, if you multiply it by 10.
Wow!
All right, now we're gonna take a look at Snowstorm Popcorn Chicken.
Oh,
Obviously, this is a
sick!
Frozen-themed meal.
Oh, this is gonna be fire,
and,
minus
I
the
haven't
pudding
actually seen
again.
that movie. I have seen this snowman
It's gonna be
guy
fire.
around.
I know it's fire. I know
If
it's
I were to take
fire.
a guess, I would imagine that this is the guy that Frozen falls in love with at the end
Neon
of the
Zero,
movie.
thank you for the 10 months, blah
But
blah.
I have no idea.
Wu-Tang
Aside
months
from some
also, I just
color-changing
reached Twitch
pudding,
affiliate.
though,
Let's
I
go
think
Lucy
this
P.
is
Rave.
pretty much the
Yippee!
same as their regular
Congratulations!
popcorn chicken meal, which has some pretty good reviews on their website. Like this one.
Okay,
from
yeah, this one's gonna be
Becky
peak. This is gonna be
in
peak.
Miami, who
The pudding
says,
changes
"My
color?
kids
Ew.
love these, and
I'm not eating it, no way.
dude, I can get
My
$4
kids love these,
off
and-
Disney Frozen Snow Powers Elsa
We'll never know what
doll.
she was gonna say.
That's a bargain. Oh, the mashed
I haven't checked in on Lucy in like 2 to 3 years. Does she still cringe rap? Ayo, they asked me if I still rap. And I said, no, bitch. It is all cap. Ask me again. I'll give you a slap. Don't know where you're at? Let me hand you a map. This is the Lucy Pyre stream. She makes the chatty cream. They call in her content Peem. Then she hits you with her beam. She's sipping on the lean. That's her gamer subs flavor. 10% code Lucy Pyre. No, just Lucy, sorry. That didn't rhyme. But that's okay, because I'm running out of time. I gotta watch this video. And make a quiddio.
Potatoes look so sad. At least this one seems more simple to put together. There's no chicken moving. I don't have to
So
take
bad.
the chicken out and put the chicken back in, which, I mean, that's just too many steps. I demand convenience in my frozen meals. Okay, all we gotta do is microwave it for 3.5 minutes.
Okay, I got high hopes for a living. No, high hopes. Also, Creely, thank you. You're
Now I
so
just gotta
sweet.
sit here and wait. This is going well, right? This is remotely interesting. I gotta find something besides just reviews to do, man. They take too long. I need to do other things. It's like frozen food. I'm gonna finish this video. No matter how good or bad it is, this video is getting finished. It's getting done. Who are the creepy little snowmen next to the bigger snowman? Is that his
That is a good question.
Hey, how's it going? This is me on the Ian cam. I'm currently waiting for
The
my
difference
food
in
to
color
finish
saturation is
microwaving.
crazy.
Done yet? Man. Kids don't have this kind of patience. Kids can't wait for 3.5 minutes. I can barely wait for 3.5 minutes, man. Where's my food? If you have kids and you're getting them kid cuisine, you also
Why
want
does it feel like bro is going schizo?
distract
He's just
them
losing his
while it
maturity
cooks.
with every kid cuisine he eats. It de-ages him.
Finally. Once again, it smells pretty good.
Hell yeah!
Oh, look at the potatoes.
Hell
though.
yeah!
Look at
Wait,
these
what?
things. Oh,
Oh, those are.
oh my
Wait,
god.
that's-
We
isn't
gotta,
that
like,
pudding?
stir. Do I have to eat that?
Isn't
in
that
my
pudding?
mouth?
Wait, I
All
thought
right,
that was pudding.
I'm starting with the popcorn chicken. It tastes pretty much like the chicken nuggets, honestly.
It's potatoes? What
Probably not
the
too bad
fuck? That's crazy.
That's definitely corn.
Yeah, you can't fuck up corn.
I'm
That's why they
sure
put it
these are-
on the meals.
Already loaded with salt, but you know how it is.
Salt is important. I don't even pay
Salt,
attention to
pepper
sodium
going on.
content. If it kills me, it fucking kills me. At least I ate good food while I was alive.
Definitely helps. If you're eating with shit, salt and pepper.
You can fuck
We
up
gotta
corn
do
by letting it
potatoes now.
exist. You can fuck up corn by letting it exist and then eating all of it because corn is so, so good. I love corn. Are you an anti-corn person? I'm a corn truther. I love corn. It's one of the best foods out there. It's unfortunate that it's not more healthy.
Oh, these aren't potatoes.
The worst thing about corn is that you have to see it twice.
This is supposed to be pudding. I thought there were potatoes at first.
See, I told you, it's pudding! Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh my god, so kawaii pudding, kawaii
Surely this
pudding.
magic color-changing pudding is healthy, right? I mean,
Chatty, what if your cum
it's
came out
magic.
blue?
Magic is healthy. Okay, well, I thought
Fuck,
these were
officer, he's
potatoes at
dying.
first. It's pudding.
He came blue!
That doesn't necessarily make me any more excited to eat it. Oh, looks like I blended up
When
a
you have a
Smurf.
blue tongue and someone's like, haha, what kind of candy were you eating? And it's just like Chatty's dick!
Don't feed your children this. It's better than the chocolate pudding. I'll give it that. It's better than the chocolate pudding. I still don't want to eat blue toxic sludge. It's so warm. I don't want warm pudding. Not this kind of pudding, at least. The popcorn chicken, the fries, the corn, all pretty good, though. I mean, as far as TV dinners go.
Warm
so
pudding sounds weird.
I guess this one's a 4
But Chatty, when you think about it, isn't that just what semen is? Warm, salty pudding? I think I'm starting to understand.
out of 5. Maybe
I'm
a
noticing.
3.5
I'm
out of
noticing.
5. Is there a perfect TV dinner? No.
How would you know? I have to tell you something. I know a lot about semen from all of the yaoi fanfic I've read. And if the yaoi fanfic lied to me, then I don't know anything about semen.
Just in time! My Kid Cuisine cheese blaster mac and cheese meal is a real blast!
With lots of gooey cheese.
Let's see that again!
Alright, finally, it's time to try the last Kid Cuisine.
You know who really lied to me? There was once upon a time this one YouTube content creator, and she made a song, and it was like, pom pom kimochi, and then she's like, I smell like salty coins and milk, so then I assumed that it was salty, guys. What are you talking about?
For today, winter fun mac and cheese. I should note that I bought this in July, so
What is
that
this
doesn't
sticky
bode
stuff
well.
on me?
This
Who
isn't the
was that?
Cheese
I don't know,
Blaster
I
mac and
forget.
cheese. I just used that commercial because it's one I remember. You don't easily forget a commercial that manages to make cheese look so disgusting. The regular mac and cheese meal has a different dessert, and the noodles don't look
I'm
like
so picky
these
with mac
two
and cheese, man.
sisters, cousins.
Holy sisters!
I don't know. I was really hoping I could get one of the pizza.
I know there's
Kid
some peak
cuisines.
Yuri
I'm
of
not
Anna and
really
Elsa
that
somewhere out
big
there.
of a mac and cheese guy.
Twitch asked me if I wanted to say cum as it may be offensive to the streamer. We should ban every streamer who that would be offensive to.
When I was a kid, but nowadays, It's all that Safeway had, though, was these 3. I would have gotten a bigger variety were it available to me at the time. Oh, we get the return of the color-changing pudding.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I feel kind of like I've been cheated because the sprinkles packet takes up a whole thing.
That
Like,
is
they could've
true.
put-
That is a scam.
Oh
That
my
is
God,
very
it's going
scammy.
everywhere, dude. The sprinkle packet takes up a full thing.
That's
You
fucked.
could have put more food in here. I threw the box, but I don't know how long to cook it. Here's a review for the original mac and cheese meal titled All Mac and No Chess. Literally no cheese
No
whatsoever.
chess! No
Just bland,
chess!
wet, soggy mac. My daughter ate and then threw up in my living room. Would not consume again. By Why Is There No Cheese in New York?
Why is there no
So far, I rate
cheese?
my performance in this video a solid 4 out of 10. If you're watching this far, thank you. I'm happy I tried new ideas, but I don't know.
They don't eat
that
cheese in
frozen
New
food
York. They
is-
just don't like it over
is
there.
the future of YouTube entertainment.
They hate food
Guys,
in
I
New
get
York.
$4 off Disney.
If you're eating, you're not
Frozen
working.
Snow
It's not
Powers
allowed
Elsa
there.
Doll. That's $8 off. Oh my God! Look at, I could save $8 on this masterpiece.
Wow!
Rose Elsa used her snow powers.
That's a
in
great
the movie
deal.
Frozen. I do. All right. If I didn't like mac and cheese now, this is not gonna convince me.
God, it looks like pure slop. Remember when she killed her sister? That was crazy. Yeah, I remember when Elsa killed her
that was a bit
sister
of
with the
plastic.
power of the organ. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, with the corn, man. I mean, we've been here before, right? This mac and cheese is basically like the mac and cheese from the All-Star Nugget meal. I actually kind of like the shape of these noodles better. There's a bit more.
Damn, he really is
noodle
approaching
to
this
them.
like a gourmet.
It's still just like a faint cheese taste, like barely any. Very watery. The pudding is exactly.
See, there's no chi-ass.
As it was before. I don't need to eat
There's
more
no
of
fucking
this.
chi-ass, bro.
Pass. Even though we're skipping the pudding on this one, though, we can't let the magic powder go to waste.
Yeah, make it blue. Make it blue. This is teaching kids. No! Why would you do that? No! No, this is wrong. This is all wrong.
It just tastes
This
like
is all
disappointment.
wrong.
It's not turning my mouth blue, is it? Overall, I'd say that the big winner today was corn.
Based.
Frozen.
What did I say? We
fresh.
love corn.
Corn is good. I like corn. Maybe instead of getting your kids kid cuisine, you can just have them feast on a good old can of corn. I'm not exactly nostalgic for the taste of kid cuisine. Although I do remember eating it, I don't remember it as well as something as, say, Lunchables. What I mainly recall are the commercials that Kid Cuisine would air constantly on channels like Nickelodeon. They also did a
I do
ton
too
of
remember
tie-ins
those.
with movies.
Why
and
didn't he have any of the
shows,
pizza
practice
ones?
that they obviously haven't yet abandoned. But I'm not gonna let
Virus
Kid
me,
Cuisine
welcome.
be the only TV dinner for kids. In fact, this entire video was just a research operation, and I finally have the information that I need. I'm about to take the kids' TV dinner market by storm by introducing my new product, Ian's Boxo Frozen Corn for Kids.
I'd eat this. I'd eat
And
this.
now try our new SpongeBob SquarePants corn. It's corn shaped just like SpongeBob
true!
for a limited time. Buy one now. It'll have your kids saying, "I'm ready. I'm
ready."
for a shit ton of corn."
So peak. So peak. Peak, bro. Peak. It's so good. 2012, the most disastrous disaster movie ever. I never watched it. So I don't know what to expect.
Love disaster movies. There's something just
I've never
unique
seen
about
one.
Everything
No,
being
that's not
destroyed.
true. I think I saw clips and pieces of this one movie where their apocalypse version was the world froze over and became a winter wonderland. And then a lot of people died. Lucy birthdays? Oh shit, you're right! You're right though. Okay. Your brother was home and you left. You're right. Your sister was home and you left. You're right. We have a birthday for Silverman today. Happy birthday, Silverman! Happy birthday! Thank you for the drink. I think that's probably Kassan. I didn't check to see, but I think it's you because it's usually you. You're usually the culprit. I appreciate the drink again, Kassan, sir. I appreciate it greatly. Also, happy birthday, Silverman! Happy birthday, Silverman! Happy birthday, 1 year older Silverman! Happy birthday to you! Woo! Happy birthday.
The disaster genre occupies the same space in my mind as kaiju films.
I've
With a
watched
sprinkle of
Pacific
robots
Rim, and that's my
and
only
city
kaiju film.
simulators. Both of these involve cities being obliterated by forces of nature beyond anybody's control, most of the time.
I'm back!
Disaster movies are rides. They hold very little substance and are all about the spectacle. I feel like this is a way to equally describe director Roland Emmerich.
Did you see they're doing a new Sharknado movie? I didn't even see the first one.
All of this.
Do people love hating it that much?
All 3 Emmerich disaster movies. Originally,
no Godzilla flicks for Lucy? No, I have never seen a Gojira! I have never seen a Gojira movie at all. But I know that I should. I know that I'm missing out on culture. Also, welcome in, Autovan.
I wanted to talk about these movies at the same time, in the same video. But it was incredibly long, and I realized nobody probably knows who this guy is. But they sure do know what he's made. The peak
Y'all
of the
recognize
genre.
him?
The most disaster of all disaster films that has ever been disastered was 2012. A premise entirely around a myth that circulated in the late 2000s and never again. According to the Mayans, the world will end on December 21st, 2012.
You guys remember this? You guys remember this?
Then you make them think.
But has anyone ever felt like life was the same since 2012?
Really kind of ages it
has
worse
anything
with
felt
time.
real
the
since
2012
2012?
Apocalypse
No.
really only lives on as a nostalgic joke. Kind of like Y2K. I would have paid to see a disaster movie where Y2K ends the world. That said, having this movie revolve around 2012 is not a critique. I love that such a strange and unique apocalypse scare has kind of been
We were waiting and I got
time-capsuled
sad
for
when I
us
saw
all to
nothing
remember.
happen.
As
You wanted the world to end? People don't remember this one, but there was also, I think, a end of days prediction for May 2011, and nobody remembers this one. Everyone just talks about 2012, but they had me, I was so scared of that one because I was like way younger too. And yeah, I was terrified. I was terrified, Chatty, of the 2011 May rapture prediction.
Well, unlike those History Channel specials, some people actually rewatch this movie. A decade
Who told you about
later,
that one? The
like
internet.
Me. So how actually is this movie? Is it good? Was it ever good?
Looks peak to me.
Why giant boats?
I like how the AI
While
thought
the
that
plot of
Shoddy was
2012
sorry.
revolves around the entire world coming to an end, and frequently
Weren't you 30 back
mentions
in
how
those
the
days?
ancient Mayans predicted
Okay, do you want to die?
it at all. That wasn't actually the reason this movie was made. Roland Emmerich wanted to make a movie about the biblical flood. What if the literal flood just happened in the modern
people still
day?
say shoddy?
That's why the boats are there. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Arcs. The
If
main
I were a
problem he
male,
had
like
with
if I
the
were
movie,
like
though,
a groomer male and I was a male VTuber and I had Chatty, I would, instead of being Chatty, I would call you Shoddy because it's also very similar. So you'd be my Shotties.
how
And then I would be very cancelled.
do the wave actually happen? You can't have God just send another flood. Don't want to break continuity. Though it is kind of hinted at in the end product. Gee, I wonder if this scene is a metaphor in any way. A crack, a divide, if you will, between man and God? Can't imagine
definitely
in the
prefer Chatty. Yeah,
slightest
me
what the
too, Arsonist.
symbolism in the scene might be suggesting to me. So Emmerich is now stuck with an
Emmerich!
urge to make a movie about a big wave, but he doesn't really have any good explanations. Luckily,
Oh,
Emmerich
right.
came upon the
I accidentally
pseudo-archaeology
called him a
book,
literal who again.
Fingerprints of the Gods, a book that proposed
Damn, he
a
actually put
secret
thought into this. I
civilization
couldn't
once
tell.
existed on Antarctica, and that it spread out to the rest of the world. Now you might be thinking, well, how
Nothing
did
good comes from
civilizations
Antarctica.
like
Once all the
Maya,
polar ice caps
Egyptians,
melt, I just
and
want you to know
others
we're all gonna
spread
fucking
from
die.
Antarctica to the rest of the world.
Have you seen this
Well,
movie? Nope.
according to this
But
book,
Chatty, listen.
they didn't.
This is all submissions from you. I think I have 1 or 2 videos in here that are not submissions from you guys. Okay? Let that sink in. You don't like a video? You have to blame your fellow man. You're confused why I'm reacting to a situation or a certain video? Blame your fellow man.
Antarctica moved itself, and 12,000 years ago, it moved from the center of the Atlantic Ocean all the way down to the South Pole.
That's crazy.
Continents
Isn't that
don't
crazy,
have to
Chatty?
move
That's
slow.
crazy.
They can move incredibly fast, it turns out. All you need is a theory called Earth crust displacement theory.
Wait, what is that?
A theory that suggests if magnetic
God, do I have
poles
another thing to
shift,
be afraid of
then
now?
entire continents can move along with it. Or to sum it up, This book doesn't know
Great.
how land works. That was the inspiration for 2012.
Wait, so it doesn't- it's
Roland
not
Emmerich
real? Wait, it's
really
not
liked
real?
this book and used it as the basis for the entire
Is this as fake
plot.
as, like, the round earth theory? Because nobody believes in the round earth theory.
And to be honest, it makes it better.
I mean, I don't know, honey. I just feel like there's something pulling us apart.
Imagine believing in something Galileo thought was real. He was stupid. He didn't have the technology we have now.
2012 begins in 2009. Dr. Helmsley, a scientist, learns from his colleague that the sun's just cooking the Earth from the inside out, activating the neutrinos. It can't be
What is a
prevented, it
neutrino?
can't be stopped. The sun's gonna just cook the Earth from the inside and break the crust. This is how science works. The matter becomes suddenly urgent, and Dr. Helmsley alerts
I'm too young
Chief of
to have
Staff,
Bill Nye
who, upon
playing in
reading
my
one piece of
little
paper, goes from
science classes when I was a
dismissive
kid.
to entirely
Or maybe my
believing in
teachers were
this
just
guy
fucked up and
forever.
evil and they wanted
In
us to
fact,
not ever have
everyone
fun.
believes this guy.
The world
I would believe it because, like, I grew up in a very religious place, so maybe they didn't play Bill Nye because they were afraid that we would develop an interest in science and a liking for it and, like, you know, stop believing.
As we know
ADHD,
it.
welcome, hi.
will soon come to an end.
Kind of
Like,
genius.
It's over. Can't debate that. The world's ending.
I want to die for Lucy, but
Just
I
pack your
can't. You
bags,
would be
everyone.
sad.
We tried.
Don't
Go
die
home.
for
The
me,
whole
live
constant
for
back
me,
and forth
stupid!
between
That's
our
way
nations is
cooler.
over now.
Thank you for the 300
This guy
biddies.
said so. What was written that fully convinced everybody that it's all ending 100%?
Dear God.
This is where you kind of just realize this is a cartoon world, and it's not
No
a bad
shit.
thing. I love cartoon logic
Me too.
because it's stupid and comedic, and they leap past all the stages of grief, landing right into acceptance. So here's something to think about. What if he was
That
just
body double is dead now.
wrong? Like, of course, the movie wouldn't happen, but what if this guy believed the neutrinos were getting cooked and it was gonna end the world, and everyone just went along with it? Billions,
I would
and
too.
trillions of dollars put into making
This is
arts,
very believable,
and he was just
actually.
wrong? Like, whoops.
The government
Sorry,
spends a
everyone.
lot of
I
money
don't
on a
wanna see
lot of
that
silly
movie.
things. This is
Most
very
of the movie
believable.
isn't just spent
I have
on
no
this
problem
guy,
accepting
though.
this portion
It's
of the
spent
movie.
with John Cusack.
Hydration, let's go!
I mean, sorry, Jackson Curtis. Real, crazy name change movie. Jackson is down on his luck. He's a published author who didn't sell many copies, and Patreon doesn't exist yet, so he's reduced to working as a fancy Uber driver for a Russian oligarch.
Curtis, you're late.
Good morning to you, too.
A fate that will befall all creative people one day. His wife left him because he spent all his time gaming, forced to watch as Scott the Woz bangs his ex-wife,
Why don't we make a baby? Sex.
and his children.
Am I so fucking deprived that like that got a reaction out of me?
Begin to love Scott more than their own father. Jackson takes his kids on a reluctant journey up to Wyoming to, camp, I guess. They travel like 850 miles in a limo.
Wait, why are
only
people
to
saying
stay in
NTR?
Yellowstone with only a tent. Could have probably just went to a park or something. On his journey, Jackson comes across a federal site, and as any responsible father does, he brings his children into a restricted zone.
He stole his wife? How am I supposed to know that? Then they're gonna say that the YouTube guy was saying it. Guys, I wasn't listening, okay?
It's there that his family is deported by the feds back to where they came.
You're not by any chance the Jackson Curtis wrote Farewell Atlantis, right?
See, that's literally me. I'm literally him right now. I'm literally him.
Later that night, Jackson runs into Charlie, a beautiful man who lives out of his RV and runs a conspiracy radio show speaking of how
Every
the end
conspiracy
is
theorist
coming,
has to live in
and
an
the
RV.
government knows all about it. This movie just put Alex Jones in the film.
He cucked back,
and
so
made
it's
him a
cool
prophet.
based.
Did Trump charging into a goblin's nest to not get some goblin vomit, slop, and blood on him?
That guy's crazy, right, Daddy?
A protagonist, if you will. A hero. Charlie tells him of how we're in the end of days and only the global elite know, ready to escape the Earth.
This is
on
just like the real
spaceships.
conspiracy theories.
A future that we certainly are not heading towards at all. I love how Jackson just kind of plays along with what Charlie's saying. Like, he's not even genuine at all.
Boom! Bullshit. Nobody could keep that big a secret, Charlie.
It's like when you talk to a really drunk friend at 2 a.m. and they want to tell you all about the wonders of crypto. Unlike that friend, it turns out Charlie was
Literally,
right.
Chatty.
And literally the next day, LA sinks into the ocean. Just like
I didn't know
Alex
they
Jones
cast you in this
foretold.
movie.
It's a CGI mess, don't get me wrong. But I still genuinely love this sequence. It has a lot of, moments. But the absolute scale of this destruction is just, well, it's still pretty special to this day. This sequence in many ways is why I say it's like a cartoon.
We're kind of a
This
big
is such
deal.
levels
It's no
of
biggie.
destruction
Chatty, I
that
didn't
it
know
isn't
I was
even
around a
feasible.
famous person
What's
like that.
science? That's boring. I only understand cartoon logic.
Hold on to your sex, dear.
Can
We
you
should watch
ever
this movie.
imagine being in this situation? It's
That's
so
me.
stupid. It's beautiful.
Fuck, doxed as a
Anyway, back
man.
to the movie.
Ew!
Curtis and his family, including the boyfriend, Gordon, take a plane away from the crumbling shelf. So, he goes to find Charlie, who is awaiting the inevitable world-ending eruption.
Chatty, what's the scariest natural disaster in your eyes? Okay, the one that I'm the most paranoid of, which could probably never happen, is a tsunami.
At Yellowstone.
Tornado, volcanic eruption. Nobody shares tsunami with me?
One
Rice
day I
Krispies,
wish
welcome,
to be
hi.
this man. Yellowstone
Lucy,
erupts.
graduation is the worst. Yeah, but that causes a volcano to erupt.
Jackson almost
Hence
dies
the
over
pyre.
a map, and he's saved by bad green
Raining
screen.
tacos? That sounds like a
They
great
land
day.
in Vegas, where Jackson's oligarch boss happens to
White
be at.
people
I know that's a
taco
stereotype, the
night.
Russians are drunks, but I mean, come on.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Get my voice as fast as you can. It's Russia. You still fly the tree.
This is
I'm gonna guess he
yeah.
was swigging a few vodkas himself. They all take off just as the Yellowstone ash cloud reaches them.
Oh my
and everyone on the ground
god!
proceeds to,
Yellowstone!
I guess, die. My favorite is this aircraft controller.
My favorite thing about Yellowstone is that people release little charts every Thanksgiving where it's like, here's what would happen if Yellowstone erupted during Thanksgiving weekend holiday.
Who, for some reason, despite a volcanic ash cloud
Here's
coming
who would
right towards
die.
him, in his last moments, needs to tell the plane that it doesn't have clearance to fly.
Do not have clearance. You must abort. I repeat, you must abort.
Chatty, what causes
Gee,
a
buddy, I
volcano
sure hope
to
that was
erupt?
worth it. Everything actually died, except for our cast of characters. The ash cloud engulfed America, the president announces that the world is just ending, and the giant waves
The
overtake
lava,
the world.
pressure,
And with
earthquake,
that,
or pressure?
Jimmy,
Fuck.
we're only about 50% through the movie. Oh boy, Cody.
We're gonna die.
Does that mean that the rest
We're
of
all
this
gonna
film
die,
is
Chatty.
just as action
This country is done,
You
though.
silly Jimmy. No. There is certainly a disparity in entertainment between these two halves. Jackson and the gang overshoot Hawaii and end up crashing where the plot needs them to be.
You joke, but Yellowstone is very active. It
By
probably won't happen for
literally
thousands of
moving
years,
China
but it will explode one
1,000
day.
miles
Chatty, stop it. Stop trying to scare me!
east. The gang proceeds to break into
I'm
the
watching a
futuristic
fake
yacht club
apocalypse!
with a
Don't talk to me about a
Tibetan
real
monk and
one!
his family, and end up jamming the doors of the ark they break into. Probably by poor Gordon getting his mangled bones crushed between the gears.
Isn't there like some huge earthquake that's waiting to happen on the west coast of the USA? Like, isn't that a thing? Aren't they just like waiting because they're like overdue? It's like, let's all just wait around for this big ass earthquake that's gonna fuck us up. It's supposed to happen in
Wasn't even that
Cali?
bad of a guy.
Fuck, bro.
Lucky man, Jackson.
They really just killed Ned Flanders off
California cannot catch a fucking break! Earthquakes, natural fucking fire disasters, potential tsunami caused by a huge earthquake. When will they learn nobody was supposed to live on that fucking cursed land?
Jackson could get back together with his wife, who, by the way, doesn't really seem bothered by Gordon dying at all.
Where have you been all my life?
Did you wipe Gordon from your mind? Did the poor man
But it's
even
warm
get a funeral,
sometimes.
or
Fuck
is his
that!
corpse still stuck
They
between-
literally have no water, okay? They're fucking depending on every other state to siphon water to them because it's a literal fucking desert with no goddamn water. California California was not meant for life!
The gears. Anyway, the waves subside and everyone has a happy ending, surviving an event that is so unscientifically accurate, future generations will probably doubt that it ever happened. Oh, it also turns out that of all the continents, one was spared.
The entire African continent is
several thousand feet, and it likely never even flooded.
Ain't that the
Tenmo with
Leeches,
my
I tell ya.
Life
Listen.
couldn't be better. Lucy P. Heart, Lucy P. Heart, Lucy
I
P.
agree.
Heart, Lucy
Blue
P.
Ghost
Blankies.
Texas, thank you very much for the 10-month anniversary. I appreciate it. Listen, alright? The reason they put all of the rich people in California is because they needed them to pay a ton of taxes, okay? To make up for the fact that they don't make their own fucking water, and they're constantly getting caught on fire, and then also they have earthquakes, and then also one day there will be a giant tsunami that just wipes out the entire west fucking coast. Isn't that great? Oh, perfect! Thank you! Love that for us!
Thing. I'm guessing from the filmmaker's perspective, they were seeing Africa as like the Garden of Eden. They really didn't think that through. Apparently, there was even a plan to turn the African colonization plotline into a TV show, but it just sort of fell through.
I wonder why. Every poor person is dead? That's impossible. That just changed the standard for what makes one poor and what makes one rich. It is impossible to eliminate the poor class, for it would simply be replaced with other people, just changing the standard of living. I am very smart. Nintendo Switch 3 announcement? Okay. Alright. I guess Nintendo Switch 2 flopped so hard,
I'm here with Nintendo,
had to make this.
And we're here to announce Switch 3.
Switch 3! Oh my god, it looks just like a Switch again!
Of course, it's all about the games. And what games does the Switch 3 play? Switch 3 games.
Oh my god! Holy
Miss your Switch
hype!
1 and Switch 2 games? Me too. Sorry about that.
Holy fuck! It's okay. I love not being able to play my games.
Mario. So let's talk about the big guy himself. What's new with Mario? There's a new Mario movie.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, it's by the Minion guys.
Holy Pete!
The retro library is going to be exciting.
Oh my god!
Nintendo's all about
thank you,
innovation.
generous
That's why
Nintendo,
Switch
for letting
3
me
is gonna
play a
revolutionize
30-year-old game.
gaming for the
Thank you,
entire
Nintendo! Wow.
Did you notice the Pikmin in that trailer? Look again. Labo's back.
Oh my
Wow.
god, I
So
love
many
it. It's
great
just
things
like
coming with the launch
Legos.
of Switch 3. And guess what? It's available now. It's sold out.
I gotta play. I gotta buy it.
Anywhere. Did you get it? No, I can't get it. Best Buy's frozen and Walmart's not working. Target's not loading. Everything sucks. No, you can't get it anywhere. This happens every time.
I am so fucking heartbroken, Shaddy. I'm never gonna get a Nintendo Switch 3 at this point. I'm never gonna get a Switch 3 at this point. It's so fucking over. Why? Oh, this is one of the videos that I chose myself because I'm a sweet little girl, but it's also an hour fucking long, so I'll come back to it later and I'll figure out whether I want to spend a whole hour on something like that. Anyway, I need this as a mini ooh market standee for my desk so bad. How does everyone else feel about it, guys? Do you miss her? Do you miss her? Do you miss Chibi Lucy? Do you think of her every day? Do you request her presence on your screen again? Do you want her back? Do you live every day wondering when you'll see her next? Every day, just worried that maybe you'll never see her again. You can see her again, Shaddy, if you believe in your heart, for that is where she lies, within you, at all times. Especially with the Christmas spirit magic inside you, she could manifest, you never know. I mean, if there are people who are interested in a cute chibi standee, I could easily make that happen. Probably. Maybe. Buying America with $2.4 trillion of credit card debt? Holy based. A video about the old superstition that cats want to suck out your breath? Chatty, this is the type of shit you submit. He's now ready for his morning walk! Oh my god, look at his little shoes! It is so expensive to clothe you, Chatty. It is so fucking expensive to clothe you. Do you know how many dollars it takes to buy you the precise amount of shoes that you need? 5 billion. $5 billion for your Jordans, Chetty. So expensive. Laws broken. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Okay, hit me.
This episode of Legal Eagle was made possible by Skillshare.
Legal
Learn
Eagle?
to think like a lawyer for free for 2 months by clicking on
I've
the
heard
link
of
in the
this
description.
guy. He exists. Hydration?
Yeah, that is manslaughter bordering on negligent homicide. A jury would convict Willy Wonka like that.
What are you implying he killed people? What? You're implying he killed people?
Hey,
No
Legal Eagles,
way!
it's time to think like a lawyer. Today, I am very excited to start a brand new series on this channel where I examine your favorite fictional works to tell you all the laws that have been broken during the course of that movie or TV show. Today, we're going to start things off by examining one of my favorite childhood movies,
It's
Willy
one of
Wonka
your
and the Chocolate
favorites?
Factory.
Chatty, press 1 if Willy Wonka is one of your favorite childhood movies. Press 2 if you have a
soul. Until the end, where I give you my verdict as to how much money Willy Wonka owes and how long he's going to jail.
1, 2, 2, 2. See? Look at all those people with
A little
souls.
background about myself. I have been a practicing lawyer for over 10 years. I am admitted to the bar in 5 states, including the District
Imagine
of Columbia.
paying this YouTuber
I have
to
handled hundreds
defend
of millions
you.
of dollars worth of cases both on the plaintiff and the defense side. And in my spare time, when I have any, I teach law students how to kick ass in law school.
I serve all his TV dinners right here. He's never even been to the table.
So I am eminently qualified to examine a work of fiction to tell you all
Something
the
is
laws
off with
that it
his
has
audio,
broken.
I
So without
swear.
further ado, let's dig in to Willy
It could be something off with his video, because if the other videos looked fine to you, then it's probably not an issue on my part.
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Listen, I got you.
Ah, come along, Charlie. You're late.
Watch.
It's payday, Mr. Jopek.
He is a robot. I'm killing everyone
Very
here.
well.
Thanks.
Say
All
hello
the
to
videos
Matt
are delayed
McDonald.
slightly.
Okay, big problem.
Wait. All the videos are delayed? You're joking. How can I trust you? How can I know that what you're saying is accurate? How can I trust this? It could be. Looks fine here. Twitch always delayed for me. It does feel off a bit. The last 2 were fine. Now I know even less how to fix the problem. Now I understand even less. But wait. I don't know if I can I delay this? Can you delay? Oh! It's over. It's literally over. It's literally fucking over, man. We'll never see it again. You'll never see me again. You'll never see me again. So wait. I don't know if I can add a delay. Wait, let's see. Maybe. All right, tell me what you think of this, Chatty. Tell me what you think of this. Nani, do you think?
Right off the bat, Charlie is way too young to have a paper route. I think this is a child labor violation. Here, this is governed by the federal...
Better or worse? It's better? Perfect? Fixed? Yatta! I've done it!
Labor Standards Act, or FLSA, which states that no one
Thanks,
under
Chatty.
the age of 14 can hold a job in the United States. So later on in this movie, Mike TV actually mentions that he's 12 years old. And because I think all the children are supposed to be exactly the same age, I think Charlie is clearly under the age of 14. Therefore, while Mr. Jopek here may be thinking he is doing a good thing, he's actually committing a child labor violation.
I don't think he's unaware of that at all. This
Clear
shit up.
violation of sweepstakes
I thought he
law
was
that
genuinely
exists
just
in most
talking that
states.
fast.
You might notice that whenever you see a giveaway on TV, there's always some fine print that says no purchase necessary. There is a very, very good reason for that. The reason is if you require purchase, you're no longer a free giveaway and a sweepstakes. You are in a legal lottery. That's the difference between gambling in a lottery and a sweepstakes, which is just a giveaway. That's why you always hear that no purchase is necessary and you can participate in the giveaway without actually making a purchase. Willy Wonka has not added that language, and he explicitly
Oh
requires
my
you to buy
God, he
his
invented
chocolate bars
gambling
in order
for
to participate
children.
in the golden ticket hunt.
Illegally.
There's a clear violation of sweepstakes law, and my guess is that he would be on the hook for the millions of dollars that people have spent buying Wonka bars in order to participate in this particular sweepstakes.
Holy shit.
You will go far.
But
All right, that is another FLSA violation. He is clearly pushing his staff far, far too hard. They're working for 5 days straight, from dawn until dusk. He's making them work overtime without paying them anything extra. That is a clear violation. That's called a wage and hour violation. I have friends who specialize in these kind of wage and hour violations under the FLSA, and they will tell you that the damages in this kind of case really, really start to add up. Because not only do you have to pay them back pay for all the extra work that they have done, but you're probably gonna have to pay them overtime, and on top of it, you're gonna pay statutory damages. So
what
for
is
the
statutory
thousands of
damages
workers that this man has in his factory, he's gonna be on the hook for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in wage and hour violations. Not good.
Thank God. Deserved.
What Slugworth is trying to do here is engage in corporate espionage, basically trying to steal a trade secret. If the Gobstopper had been publicly released, then there would be nothing that could stop Slugworth from just simply buying one and trying to reverse engineer the Everlasting Gobstopper.
True.
However,
What's the
since
point?
the Everlasting Gobstopper has not been publicly released, it still probably qualifies as a trade secret under Willy Wonka. So by asking Charlie to find an Everlasting Gobstopper and bring it back to Slugworth, he's essentially asking Charlie to engage in a conspiracy.
You're telling me Krabby Patty formulas are actually real IRL? Like, formulas that are protected by law and can't be leaked? What the fuck is JLPT in one test? Have you considered using Google to answer this question?
Conspiracy to commit a trade secrets violation. Now, I know everyone's going to say, but Slugworth actually works for Willy Wonka. But here's the thing. A conspiracy can have different mens rea for different members of the conspiracy. That's how you can have a police officer who engages in a conspiracy who's not guilty of the conspiracies, all the other co-conspirators. So you might get a weird situation where Charlie has violated the Trade Secrets Act by engaging in this
can't
conspiracy,
do right by anyone with the
Slugworth
titles.
has not.
You fucking clarify what the test is in the title, then people will ask you what the hell that test even is. You don't mention the test, people want to know what kind of test it is. You can't win!
Children to sign a liability waiver to limit how much exposure he has when things go terribly, terribly wrong. Now, I probably don't need to tell you that if you can't physically read the contract, that's going to be problematic for the person that's trying to disclaim the liability. That's called an unconscionable contract. There is some procedural or structural problem with the contract itself that makes it unconscionable for the courts to enforce. And if you can't physically see the tiny print at the bottom of this contract, that is a textbook unconscionable contract. But on top of that, Willy Wonka's gonna have some problems with signing a contract with these children.
Exactly, they're
Children that sign
kids!
them, they are minors. The parents, while they are present, are not the ones signing this contract. When a child signs a contract, generally speaking, that contract is voidable at the
I would sign
option
anything you
of
sent me,
the
Lucy.
minor.
Life
On
insurance
top of that, this
policy, go
contract seems
ahead.
to be
Oh, I'm about to
complete
get the
gibberish.
craziest
Generally speaking,
payout.
with a limitation on liability, you can disclaim things like negligence, but you can almost never disclaim recklessness. This contract doesn't appear to do any of that. Maybe that's in the fine print that no one can see, but it appears to be just a string of legal sounding words that don't actually have any real meaning. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Willy Wonka has not disclaimed any of his liability, and he is going to have problems with civil suits later on down the line for his
I've just thought of the best scam ever. Okay? Alright. I contact my Oshi. I tell her, hey, Oshi-chan, I have a terminal disease, but I have a... What the hell was that? Did you guys hear that? That was not lightning. Something fell over? The sky is completely clear. Yeah, it sounded like a boom. Hold on, let me check outside because I think I hear another apartment building's fire alarm going off. 1 second, chatty. I don't see anything. Surely that means it's fine, right? I don't see any smoke. My alarm is not personally going off. So everything's fine. Right? I don't know if you guys were even able to hear anything. I think at least some of you heard it because it sounded like something either blew up or somebody fucking shot something. I don't know, man. I don't know.
negligence and recklessness.
What do you think will come of that?
What are they doing there?
Don't turn around, Lucy. Stop trying to scare
They
me!
can't be real people.
Well, of course they're real people.
Stuff and nonsense.
No Oompa Loompas.
It sounded like someone dropping a whole ass table in another room to us. Yes, it was very loud.
Okay, so what Willy Wonka has admitted here is a huge immigration violation. He says that he secretly
And of course, they got people out there with their fucking cars going fast. Okay, nothing must be wrong if people are driving around out there, okay? Nothing can be wrong.
transported the entire population of a separate country of Loompaland to his factory. A lot of problems here. Number one, I don't see any reasonable way he could have transported an entire country legally through immigration channels. On the other hand, it sounds like the Oompa Loompas were really facing quite a hardship in their native country. So conceivably, they're
refugees.
Refugees seeking asylum in the United States or the UK, which actually might have allowed it to go through. But I don't get the sense from Willy Wonka that he went through the proper channels for an asylum claim either. Additionally, it sounds like he made a quid pro quo deal with the Oompa Loompas that he would transport them from Loompaland, which is a ridiculous sentence to say, to his factory where they would live and work. And it doesn't seem like he's paying them anything.
They should have made a sequel where they went to visit Loompaland.
Prohibition against slavery and indentured servitude. It really does sound like he has transported these Oompa Loompas
What?
away
Willy
from a
Wonka's
place
a
where they were in
slave
fear
owner?
of being eaten alive every day so that they could become indentured slaves to his factory.
I don't like the look of it.
This is Augustus fell into the chocolate river because there was clearly no handrail protecting people from falling in. OSHA, or the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, requires that there be a handrail.
Spoken like a true lawyer. He sees the kid reaching his hands in there and crouching over it, and he's like, yes, it was the absence of a handrail that got him stuck in the river.
Augustus from falling in. On top of that, Augustus was touching a food product with his bare, dirty hands, which hadn't even been washed, and clearly contaminating this entire chocolate river.
Don't worry, he can't drink it all.
In fact, if we rewind the clip to see the entire chocolate river, we can see a number of health and safety violations. We can see the OSHA violation that there's no guardrail protecting the Oompa Loompas from falling inside. We can also see that none of the Oompa Loompas are wearing hairnets. So all of that green hair is going to contaminate not just the river, but all the other food products as well. At least the Oompa Loompas are wearing gloves, so they've got that going for them. On the other hand, Augustus Gloop was touching the chocolate river with his bare hands and has contaminated everything.
Augusto, sweetheart, save some room for later.
On top of that, there is no segregation between the candies that contain nuts and the candies that don't contain nuts, which means
that's
that
true.
Anyone can have an allergic reaction because of cross-contamination. On top of that, there appear to be plants and trees
I didn't even think about
on
that.
the factory floor itself, in addition to probably mold and other fungus. So there's no way that this factory could possibly be sterile enough to produce a food-safe product. So all of these violations in and of themselves would require the factory to shut down immediately because of violations of the FDA and other health and safety
It's
statutes.
cooked from the ground
They're
up.
not making any chocolate
Lucy, are
anytime
you
soon.
allergic to nut? Nope.
Why don't you try simply reading a book?
I'm so uncomfortable.
Here, Violet Beauregard has been permanently disfigured by being basically turned into a blueberry.
I got a blueberry for a daughter.
Potentially under a negligence or recklessness theory, Willy Wonka is on the hook for whatever monetary damages are attributed to being permanently disfigured in that way. And it might sound crazy, but there's actually a very famous law school case called the hairy hand case. Where a doctor promised a normal hand but delivered a hairy hand, and the court had to determine the difference in value between a normal hand versus an unseemingly hairy hand. So the courts are in a position to determine
But
what
Chatty,
the
wouldn't you
damages
want
are
a
associated
hairy
with being
hand?
turned
Because
into a
it's
blueberry.
like
On the other hand, Willy Wonka might argue that
masculine.
Violet disregarded his warnings and literally plucked the piece of gum out of his hand against his warnings not to eat it. And that might potentially work. But the thing about products liability is it's often
My
strict
hands are
liability,
hairy.
which means the courts
See,
don't actually
he's
look at
making
fault
people
per se.
feel
They just look to
insecure.
causation. Did a given product cause
That's
the
fucking
harm?
crazy. The court literally said that masculine hairy hands are worth less than a non-hairy hand.
Associated with
That's so
someone's damages.
fucked. Why
So
is
it's
the
possible that
government
comparative fault won't be
participating
an
in
issue
making
and
us
Willy Wonka will be on the
insecure?
hook. Bordering on negligent homicide. A jury would convict Willy Wonka like that. Here, once again, Willy Wonka has taken no precautions whatsoever to protect people from falling to their deaths as a result of falling into this
Yeah, but
equipment.
she
There are
deserved
no guardrails,
it.
there are
She
no warnings
deserved it.
whatsoever. I don't think it would be very difficult for a jury at all to pin the blame on Willy Wonka and to find that he's responsible not just for the civil violation of wrongful death, but also the criminal violations of negligent homicide or manslaughter.
If she wasn't
because of
bad,
his
she wouldn't
reckless
have
conduct
fallen
and
in
the fact that
there.
he is knowingly putting these people in this situation where they can easily die.
If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
I'm a hater now. I took the Grandpa Joe haterade and I'm never going back.
To the man who suddenly got everything he always wanted.
What happened?
He lived happily ever after.
Yeah, such a heartwarming ending. The only problem is that because Charlie has won this as a result of the contest, he's got to pay taxes on his winnings.
Yeah.
So while Charlie may be very happy in the moment, he doesn't realize that he's gonna be saddled with a tax bill in the tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. So unfortunately, he's probably gonna have to liquidate a large portion of the Wonka factory in order to settle up with the IRS. The truth is, when you get everything you want, you don't really live happily ever after. Sorry.
You could never escape taxes.
So let's tally
ever.
up Willy Wonka's civil and criminal liability here. First, Willy Wonka engaged in numerous OSHA violations, which resulted in serious foreseeable injury. The workplace hazards alone resulted in the deaths of apparently 4 children, so let's assume about $20 million per injured child. That comes to $80 million. On top of that, Willy Wonka engaged in the illegal practice of indentured servitude.
He
I'd peg
fucked
those
Charlie
civil
over.
violations somewhere around
Big
$5 million for the Oompa Loompas. And additionally, Willy Wonka engaged in an illegal sweepstakes lottery that probably cost consumers somewhere between $100 and $200 million in purchased chocolate, which you will have to disgorge, which puts Willy Wonka's civil liability somewhere in the neighborhood of $235 million.
So you get nothing. You lose!
You lose!
On the criminal side, it seems like Willy Wonka is guilty of numerous crimes against children, including multiple counts of reckless endangerment. I feel funny! Numerous counts of manslaughter and potentially negligent homicide.
Why did he put that clip there?
He's blocking all the chocolate.
I think conservatively, each of those violations could bring with it a jail time of 20 to 30 years, so multiplying that by the 4 children that are permanently disfigured or dead as a result
Forever
of Willy
in
Wonka's
jail.
actions, I would say conservatively, Willy Wonka is going to jail for between 80 and 120 years.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
Damn.
With sweatshop owner and murderer W. Wonka in prison,
He did nothing
Charlie's
wrong.
gonna have to ramp up
Free
his
the
skill
man.
set pretty quickly. Otherwise, he'll have to lay off all of the Oompa Loompas to pay off his tax bill. If Charlie wants to make candy as great as Wonka's, he should probably check out Skillshare's culinary courses, like Lisa Long's class
It's
on
an
making
ad moment. It's an ad moment. Willy Wonka is such a fucked up everything. Like, everything about it is all wrong. How I broke up with Adobe? Easy. Never buy it in the first place.
I had
Oh my god.
snapped.
Oh my god.
My brain was on fire. I was having an aneurysm, an out-of-body experience, watching myself, shaking and desperate and screaming. Why?
This is terrifying to look at.
Adobe had just corrupted my file. Again.
2
days of my best work down the drain. And so I poured every drop of my secret, simmering resentment into a work of video art. Breaking up with Adobe. It was viewed 6 million times across the internet. It resonated. People were tired of their own codependent
Whoa, this editing is so cool!
beloved software. And yet there I was, still crawling back like a schmuck.
Mail on stream? Why the fuck are you complaining about mail on stream now? Are lawyers not capable of being men? That was a fucking mail on stream 10 seconds ago.
This time would be different. But then one night I watched a tutorial on DaVinci Resolve and something changed in me. I dared to dream.
I
So
also dare
built
to
up the
dream.
courage, packed my bags and said, listen up, toots. You and me, we're done. I'm making this next project without you.
DaVinci Resolve?
See, I got decades of experience with Adobe software, and now I was stuck rebuilding my VFX pipeline from scratch. Everything was annoying, and I kept getting stuck on the most basic stuff.
No
I felt
way.
so lonely. The key difference from using After Effects is that DaVinci Resolve uses a system known as node compositing. The video
Holy, I don't even know
signal
this
is
shit.
loaded from the initial node that flow into other nodes which distort and filter the signal. You can split the signal into multiple streams, alter them, and then recombine them before it all flows into the final output composite. I really started to see the benefits of this new workflow. It feels less like you're just stacking these prefab.
I knew this was a real person, but all the effects make it look so animated. I feel like I'm watching a weird type Dispatch-esque kind of video game trailer.
Effects, and more like you're building your own custom machines. Build them once and then reuse them endlessly. You can group your machine into a single node. Remove
Chatty, are you guys taking notes? Are you taking
and
notes?
you've essentially made your own friggin' plugin. And there's a whole
Maybe I
community
should try
of people
DaVinci
who
Resolve,
make
but
their
I haven't
own,
edited
and they
things
share
in a
them
long
with each other.
time.
That is dope. And I haven't even spoken about the integration between the sound, color, and the editing
He does know that piracy is always morally correct, right?
pages. And I got nothing to say about it except it's just good. I'm getting a bit emotional right now.
Is this an
Another
ad?
big
DaVinci
component to my
Resolve is
work
free
is
as
the
far as I
sound
know.
design. And while Resolve's built-in door is probably
I think there's a paid
capable for
version,
most
but you
people's
can
video
use it for free?
needs, I'll show you what I use to get just that little bit of extra pizzazz. Reaper.
Reaper is also free. I use Reaper. I use
It
Reaper.
reminds me of a time when companies
Skins,
used to
welcome.
take
Hello
pride
from Russia? Bro, there's something threatening about that. I'll tell you what, we do have one KGB agent currently in here, but they didn't introduce themselves as such. That we had to find that out later. You come in and you immediately tell me what you are, and I'm supposed to just be fine with it?
software. It's homely, and I know it doesn't look like much at first, but when you get a little more acquainted, oh baby.
Oh, baby.
It's extremely customizable. All of these context-aware cursor tools can be changed.
It's so true,
The
Chatty.
layout restructured,
Reaper is better than
reskinned,
Audition.
Endless scripts the community have written lets you change the finest
Always has
detail
been.
exactly
Cosmo,
as
hello
you
from
want.
Brazil too. So you know that's
I have
acceptable.
it set up so that when I rename a track, it automatically recolors and applies the correct settings. But get a
Sorry,
load of this
as an American,
This
my
dude made a tool
immediate
that lets you
instinct
record
reaction to
video
Russian is,
direct to the
well,
timeline.
you know.
Then you can edit it in Reaper. It's like how you're
Hello, Lucy from Cali. Can we ban him?
And then you can export non-destructively into Resolve. How could you not fall in love with that? So for
I'm
the
in
last
love.
few months, I've also been using Affinity Photo, Toon Boom Harmony, Unreal Engine, FL Studio.
Okay, I'm gonna be so dead ass. There's like no good replacement to Photoshop.
Clip
It's
Studio
the one problem.
Paint, and I love each and every one of them. But I'll tell you a secret. I had ulterior motives for breaking up with Adobe.
What?
For years now, I've been infatuated
With what?
with Linux.
Who fucking... Which one of you Linux? Find a good word for it, Lucy. Alright. Which one of you Linux losers fucking sent this in?
Our alliance on Adobe finally gave me the confidence to start experimenting with a new operating system. And I was determined to learn about the terminal, Flatpak,
I refuse to learn. I refuse to learn.
Fisk. Something that I didn't quite grasp about Linux early on, but I've come to really love and appreciate about it, is that it's built for you to customize and really make your own. So you might think that there's missing features in the sound panel. Well, it's designed for you to install whatever sound panel you want. And people have made heaps of them. It's basic for a reason, and that's to give you
This
a
is such
solid,
propaganda.
lightweight base for you to build on top of. A popular distro is Linux Mint. And when I first used it, I thought, I like the taskbar, I like the way the panels snap, I like the way it feels like Windows. But even all that stuff is just a pre-installed graphical user interface called Cinnamon, which is installed on
What
top
is all
of
this
Mint.
shit?
You can change it to something else.
How do you suggest a video? You put it on Reddit.
Or have no user interface.
My Reddit.
Or some interface that looks like something that you've never even seen before. And it feels so snappy. Why is it so slow on Windows to load a folder full of WAV files?
Why is it so
File servers
slow?
Still suck. I used it on my friend's Mac OS, and it was instant. That was 20 fucking years ago. I love that Linux isn't giving me recommendations or pop-ups or trying to steal my shit. It just leaves me alone.
Until it gets enshitified. It'll happen. It'll fucking happen.
And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of headaches. And getting everything up and running is not exactly
Is this gonna make you take the Linux pill, Lucy? Pretty much nothing can make me take the Linux pill. The reason for that is because I'm not willing to do all the work it would take to put Linux instead of Windows.
wank in the park. But you know, a few years ago, you couldn't even run games on Linux.
It's
Now
decentralized,
most
so
of
it'll
them
be
run
harder to enshitify. I remember when I used to think Discord would be and remain a good program.
It's just such a good time to jump on board, and things are getting more compatible as time goes on. Thanks, Gabe. But the thing I like most about Linux is that despite the headaches trying to get everything to run, there's a real sense of passion and optimism in the community. It feels like
We're going back to
technology
Skype? We need a
made by
replacement!
humans, for humans, brings a friggin' tear to my eye. It reminds me of when I was just first getting into computers and all the things you could learn. Made me realize how much I've missed that sense of passion and optimism about tinkering around with technology.
Oh yeah, and like that person said, it would be a requirement that I would be able to run VTube Studio and VBridger and all of my VTuber technology on Linux perfectly without any problems, without having to do a bunch of extra work for it to be worth it.
Yeah. I'd really recommend just installing Linux Mint to a USB stick, running it off that if you want to try it out. Don't worry, homie. You won't break anything. So
Linux is for people with too much time, many such cases.
Microsoft lately. I think that both companies have become a symbol of just the general hatred that we all have towards big tech.
It's one of the worst.
Clearly for them, they don't give a shit how much we hate them. It's about whether you decide to leave.
It's about whether you need them or not to do your job.
A lot of people would like to make a switch, but it can be pretty hard. I get it. It costs time, energy, lost revenue.
Why are we changing? Why is Linux included in this?
Pack up and bail. It's simply much more convenient to stay.
This is definitely a Linux shill. What is going on with the internet lately and shilling Linux? Like everybody is saying, go Linux, go Linux, go Linux. Pewdie fucking Pie came back from the grave of being a father just to tell you to install Linux. Like, what is happening?
About the true cost of staying in your convenient big tech relationship. The technologies we use become an extension of us, interwoven
This is true.
into our
That's why Linux people are so annoying!
Infrastructure, enmeshed with the fabric of our culture and society. It's how we spend our time and interface with reality. There is a brazen, perverse business culture permeating big tech.
Linux
culture. Not to deliver a quality product or solution, but to soothe, trap, and coerce you, to make you reliant, addicted, and dependent. Then they lobby, change the political landscape to their favor.
Politics? Bro, mods are banned for approving this video. I can't believe they put politics on stream. Everyone knows I've never said anything vaguely political before. They're ruining my streak.
Drain your blood, then smash your molecules.
Draining my blood?
To profit. Brace yourselves. Truth bomb.
I know his throat hurt after this.
Stand up and do something about it. Take action
from all that
now.
Linux dick sucking.
Privacy. Find ethical alternatives built by people who are not out to fuck you over. Because taking back control of our tools is.
I feel like I'm watching the villain's the villain's thesis at the beginning of a superhero movie.
And locking that shit in. We have this window to act.
He's the Joker.
Can, because the stakes aren't just about a banal feature or a subscription payment. It's about preserving a relationship.
Is he a VTuber?
Technology that's made for us.
Does this count as a VTuber, chatty? Honestly, yeah, it's a VTuber, chatty. I can't believe you guys made me watch a male VTuber. That's insane. The story of Ulillillia. Ulillillia. Ulillillia, I think. The internet's strangest gamer.
The internet is like a window. It allows us to see into the lives of many. Some people keep their life private online.
Dude, why do they have
Others
a video of me?
Allow it to be shown for the entire world.
That was me, but like 10 years ago.
Some people are living completely normal and functional lives.
That's my cousin.
And others are, well, that speaks for
Second
itself.
cousin.
But if it wasn't for the internet, you would probably have no idea any of these people even existed. And that's for better or for worse. But due to this, many people of many shapes and sizes have documented basically their entire lives online. And we get to see just how some live their lives.
Oh my god, this is throwing me back into the memory hole.
About a regular person, we wouldn't be here today. Who wants to talk about some guy who goes to his regular 9-to-5 job every day, stuck in an endless loop?
Coming to bed, honey?
Yes, dear.
That's not interesting.
That'll never be chatty
That's too
with me,
realistic.
because chatty loves me
And you come
forever.
to YouTube to get away from that. Instead, what we're talking about today is one of the strangest people I have ever seen on the internet. And it's a challenge even saying his name.
Ulillillia. Ulillillia.
This is Ulillillia.
Ulillillia.
Real name, Nick Smith. Ulil is a man who loves video games. Really loves video games.
Muriel, of course, Lucy
and has had
remembers the
video
whole
games
fuck you,
integrated
shut
into
up,
every
sit down
aspect
and
of his
watch.
life. He was discovered very early on in the early 2000s and has since had a ton of aspects of his life documented. Some praised him, some ridiculed him.
Why is this blonde
and some just thought he was
Asmongold?
an interesting person. And I'm in the last group. Join me today.
Literally,
as we
they
dive
look
into
the
story
same
of
to me, but one is
Ulillillia.
blonde. Same type of autism, does it change the facial features? Too much hair? Wait, was Asmongold always balding? Been balding since he was like 16, okay.
I'm doing something a bit different with this video. My previous story of videos have been on people who were
This
very
is so peak.
detestable.
I
They
want
were
to edit
usually seen in a
myself
negative
with
light,
videos of
but
Link.
I think I like to be a bit more positive than the average YouTuber who makes these types of videos, because I can see the
Is that
potential
the
of clever
amazing
folk in some of these
atheist?
guys. Ulillillia is not going to be like those others. He's very strange, but he's not unlikable or detestable. Quite the opposite, really.
It is?
Sorry for the clickbait.
He was a
I
part of
might
my
crack a few jokes
childhood.
here and there, but the main point of this vid is to show you this guy's quirks and really pick at his brain and why he is the way he is. Ulil is not just a neurodivergent. He is
The banana video? Chatty, if I ever release the many, many videos that I have of myself sticking things up your ass, do you think you would deserve to be dragged on the internet for it?
the neurodivergent. We'll see why that is. Nick Smith was born on January 10th, 1984 in North Dakota, and
I think the things that people shove up their ass is none of my business. And if somebody releases a video of it against that person without their consent, it's revenge porn and is a crime.
how much of a spectacle he would
I don't
become later
hold
in
that
life.
against
We
any content
surprisingly
creator.
know very little
I was
about
not
his
supposed to know you
adolescence, so I'm
shoved
gonna make
bananas
my
up
own
your ass.
fanfiction.
None of my business.
I'm going to imagine Nick was born, and as he got older, his family started noticing all of his abnormal sensibilities and quirks. There was probably something going on upstairs that they didn't know about, and it was the 80s, so the studies on someone like Nick probably wouldn't explain much of anything. I should go
But
ahead and
Lucy,
mention
the
this
ice
because
melts.
it's
I know
very
you shove
important.
ice cubes
With
up
it
your
being
ass,
the
and then
core
once again,
story
it
of
was
my
none of
channel
my
being
business.
mentioned almost every damn video. Ulillillia is not diagnosed with autism. He has never been officially
And
diagnosed.
this is proof. This is proof that you don't need to be diagnosed to have autism. Sometimes self-diagnosis is valid, especially in this case.
with it, which is actually surprising. What he is confirmed to have is he has
Not
a
even
very
self-diagnosis
severe
in this
of
case.
obsessive-compulsive
It's internet
disorder, which makes him have all
diagnosis.
sorts of phobias and fears and a ton of obsessions, which we'll get into later. His case
Oh
of
my
OCD
God, wait, is he
to the
me?
point where it majorly affects his daily life.
Oh no, is it
and
me?
ability to function in social situations. Basically, with his condition and needs, he's probably not going to have a functional normal life, which may be a blessing and a curse. While he may not shine in the normie world, where he did shine was the realm of video games.
So based. So
Nick
based.
is a huge gamer. He always has been. He was born in '84, the ripe time to become a gamer. It has been a part of his identity and always will be. But the thing is, Nick is also the most dedicated gamer I have ever
Holy
seen.
based?
With not a hint of exaggeration. I thought speedrunners playing the same games over and over and over with some dedication. But Nick
You can
puts
treat
them to
OCD
shame.
ERP therapy, by
Nick
the
has
way.
claimed
ERP?
He has put hundreds of thousands of hours in games you would not expect. Games that only have, arguably, a handful of hours of gameplay in them. He has somehow pulled off the most tedious, mind-numbing tasks possible
But this
no
is great.
normal man would ever attempt in a game. Listen to some of his feats.
Super Mario 3. Oh, how I remember this one so much. I've actually literally gotten a max score on.
The fact that he was not given an autism diagnosis, the way that you can tell within 5 fucking seconds. Oh man, your family failed you.
The very first level in the game. This one I have about 1,500 hours on. Seriously, 1,500 hours.
What's wrong with
And
that?
there you have it. I've maxed the score and I'm only 8 minutes in.
Damn!
Amazing! The levels are really big, so there's a lot of places I can do.
Your VTuber avatar
Figure
looks
out
sexy.
that
Hey, what was your first game console, Hardcore 24?
two-tailed fox named Tails that I just love abusing so much. Toss them in the water. Create debug created courses of bumpers and Carnival Night 2. Just ding 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 ding
Ding ding ding ding ding ding ding ding ding ding ding ding.
and wait for him to drown. Get a new fox and go from there.
You know, role-playing
Nintendo? No, what console? Not the brand. Which console? Oh, it's getting more and more suspicious, Chatty. It's getting more and more suspicious.
Games and the concept of grinding. You know when you have to kill a ton of things to get your level up in a game, the most tedious part of any RPG that everyone hates? Well, Nick spits in your face and shows you how it's done.
Holy based.
Only a few more plays remain, and then I finally have level 9999 for the very first time in this game.
What is he talking about? Nintendo what the fuck? Guys, I'm catching a vibe. I caught a vibe. Chatty, are you coming for the ride? The NES? Then say the NES! Chatty, if it really was the NES, he would have said the NES, right? He would have said the NES, right? Curb service, welcome, hi. Surely he would have said the NES, right? What do we do, Chatty? What do we do? What do we do? I've got no evidence. I've just got a feeling. I've got a feeling! He says the NES after I said he would say the NES! It's so over. It's so over. But wait. God. Do it off of... No, guys. Come on. We gotta give him a chance. We gotta give him a chance, Chatty. We gotta give him a chance. Maybe my vibes are wrong, okay? Only time will tell. We must sit back and remain vigilant.
Yep. The nines.
The strangest
This
one of
guy
all
is cracked.
Nick has a massive obsession with a furry mascot character with attitude from the 90s.
Many such cases.
That's right. Bubsy the Bobcat.
Oh.
He is probably the world's biggest Bubsy fan.
3,600.
They scammed me, dude.
That is a lot of play, and it's all because of two main things. Glide hops and speed like you would never believe. You can just go so fast on this game. It just blows your mind away.
It just blows your mind away.
He has scoured every single inch and centimeter of every one of his games. He has videos up showing secrets about Bubsy 3D probably nobody else knows about.
That's so base, though.
Just go forward until you see the shadow.
I love people with dedication.
Stop moving forward.
I feel like as somebody who's gone through long periods of depression off and on, in those moments of depression, you find it hard to be passionate or to care about anything. So seeing people who really care about things and show that dedication and show how passionate they are about a certain subject, that makes me happy. I like to see people like that.
Welcome to the highest possible point
you
can stand on in the entire game.
He has numerous videos on Bubsy 3D. He probably has more hours in this game than the entire base of people who bought Bubsy 3D, collectively.
Holy base.
I know this game extremely
How did I never hear about this guy?
He'll just thoroughly dissect every single part of it, every single mechanic, everything about it. You know how there are those obscure video game glitches that make you wonder, how did they ever find this out?
But a million people play Ocarina
like
of Time.
Nick and pure dedication to the craft. To also add on to this dedication to video games, Nick is also a mathematic genius. He has tons of math equations and all sorts of hypotheticals and such he's written just for the hell of it. He created his own color system he followed using mathematics.
Ain't no way.
He created his own sleep schedule using his math skills so he could follow it in his own way.
Instead of following a 24-hour cycle like most of us are otherwise familiar with,
why is he a genius?
I follow a 25 2/3 hour cycle.
No diagnosis, by the way.
Literally? And my sleep wake cycle's 25.
Literally, I would say this guy is most likely autistic. I can't literally fucking prove it, but the way it's so easy to tell for anybody watching just makes it I don't understand how his family and the doctors have missed this for so long. And when you grow up without accommodations, it's way more difficult for you. So it's honestly, I don't know how many of y'all are parents or how many of y'all have kids, but if you have even the slightest suspicion, definitely get them tested because early intervention and accommodations are very important for their development.
5 2/3. The difference? 1 2/3 hours.
The man is clearly talented in more ways than one. He would apply his love for video games and mathematics to his everyday life, equating any sort of
He's
skill
so
or
Death
practice in
Note from
something
L
and turning them
coded.
into experience.
L from Death
like
Note
in an
coded.
RPG.
Fuck, I can't
Now,
speak.
Yes, it does seem a little strange and maybe a bit cringe to do some "my life is like a video game" type of shit here. And I thought the same thing too at first.
All while I am
But
still
reading on this dude and all
collecting
he's
coins.
accomplished, you can't
Wait,
help
that's so
but
true.
be charmed by the guy. And we'll get into why throughout this video. So Nick is driven by pure love and dedication to video games and math. He's willing to go to such lengths to basically
Hello,
tear
Lucy,
them
you got
apart
this. You will
and apply
power through your
mathematical
test.
equations
Thank you.
such to
I'm
them.
not so sure
And as for
about that
games
after the way I've
that
been
aren't even
talking
that
today.
good, but just so you know, this
It was
obsession
good
and
to
passion for
him!
video games Nick has is not entirely positive. In fact, it also affected Nick in a very negative way that not many people would even think about.
Did I mention I don't like heights?
What happened to this guy? Am I gonna find out something terrible?
In the vast majority of video games, you're usually dodging obstacles. You know, enemies, pits, spikes, whatever gets in your way counts as an obstacle. But what makes gaming so fun is
You'll
that they're
score at
easy to
146
spot,
on your
and
test
you
and
usually know
pass.
what is the danger to be
Please!
avoided in
Cross
the game.
fingers!
But video games are fictitious. Most of what happens...
Alright guys, test predictions, and then whoever gets the closest to the test result, I'll give you a completely meaningless and worthless role on Discord that calls you a soothsayer or a prophet.
in the games stay in the games. Nobody tries to apply anything we learned in Bing Bing Wahoo to real life. Our boy Nick played video games so much as he grew up.
You need to put it on
he gained
Discord!
phobias over various different things in real life that he learned to avoid in games, as he thought they would harm him in the real world. He has a laundry list of strange phobias and fears, and we're going to go over some of them right now. One of the most troubling of his phobias was his fear of blue water.
Damn, he's just like me, he's
games
literally
where
me!
water automatically killed you.
He's literally
And
me,
growing
he's
up,
literally
he
me,
thought
bro.
It was the same thing in real life. So anywhere with any kind of water, he would attempt to
Oh,
avoid.
God.
But you know, water is kind of
He's just like me.
impossible to avoid. Blue water is hard to come by, but essentially he got over this fear due to the fact that water is just water. The same thing also happened with grass, as he equivalated grass with video game spikes. He thought if he fell on grass, it would kill him. This phobia was also never going to last because, well,
I
you
could
can't
be
avoid
an
grass.
autism diagnoser.
Another one of his phobias is stairs. It's not that he's afraid to go up the stairs, but he will only go up them in a very specific way. He states
Can you diagnose
he has
us?
no
Yes.
clue how this even came about,
Level
or
3,
even
all
how
of
this
you.
phobia started. But he can only go up them like this, and this looks like an absolute pain of a phobia to have. I wonder how he would handle those rocky steps.
That sucks.
And then there was his fear of mirrors. Oh boy, this one is crazy. Nick had an awful fear of mirrors. He would go out of his way to avoid
Bloody
ever
Mary.
looking at one,
Bloody
dreading what would
Mary.
happen. He had
Bloody
such a
Mary.
crippling fear of mirrors. He even mapped out this theoretical department store and all the ways all these mirrors could be facing, and then planned an entire route so he would never have to face or look at a mirror in the process. And he goes into excruciating detail about what he would do to ever avoid coming across a mirror in the department store.
Holy! Now, go through this department store as you normally would. Seems easy and quick, doesn't it? Now, because of my fear of mirrors, my accessibility is far limited. Now try going through the same department store, but avoid the areas marked in yellow. This is much harder than it seems, and I need to go through nearly 4 times the distance to accomplish the same task, taking about 3 times longer. It just turns about any store into a maze where you can't see many of the walls of the maze. Here'd be a typical path I'd take through the same store. Compare it to what you may normally do, in the same order for the items. 1. Ink. Start at the very bottom and go north to the other end of the store, head east to the next intersection, then head south to the next intersection, then back east just to get to the electronics. Jesus fucking Christ.
Like a video game. He had a fear of ketchup and mustard because they reminded him of a video game lava. He had a fear of the letter P.
He couldn't watch me!
I think we just found his true identity. Now,
He
yes,
couldn't
all
watch
these phobias
me.
are very strange and unconventional.
No,
but look,
this
the
is so
definition of a
fucked.
phobia is an irrational and unrealistic fear
He
of
has
something.
a fear of
and
the
these
word
fit that
phobia
definition
because it's
perfectly.
got the letter P!
But yeah, too long didn't read. It's a bunch of really weird and really irrational fears.
Lucy Iyer.
Exactly what I said. But the thing you must understand is, today, we live in a world where people will demand the entire world stop for them and just them. Everyone has to stop everything they're doing and cater to them. But Nick was different. He never asked anyone to take down anything or get rid of anything because he hated it. He just stood there and took it and found out his own way around these phobias.
And there's also concerts going on over there. I otherwise never really go to those because of one thing. Noise. And that's high.
That's high.
Really loud.
Some of these phobias he never got over, at least to my knowledge. His parents even considered sending him to a hypnotist to fix some of these phobias.
Oh my
but he
god,
went
you are
against it
so
last minute.
useless.
I wanted to hypnotize Nikki to get him out of the mirror situation.
I need to punch these
and
parents.
the stair situation. I thought, oh, if I hypnotize him. So I went to a hypnotist and I asked him, and she said, sure, we can do that. The patient has to be willing to do it. And at that time, Nikki was. And now he won't do it. He lost interest.
Bro.
His family has really tried to work with Nick's lifestyle all these years. They're supportive and tried their best to accommodate him, like his eating choices, which one of his favorite meals is degreased pizza, where he heats up a pizza and goes through the painstaking process of taking all the grease off with a paper towel.
Carbohydrates are 4 and protein are 4. But look how much this will comes up. This is a lot of grease. This is why I degrease, and this is why I'm actually...
I mean, I know a couple of people who will go over pizza with paper towels like once or twice.
Wow.
I kind of get it. It is very greasy and kind of uncomfortable.
Because of his quirks and his strange phobias, it was very difficult for Nick to really connect and get any friends, because nobody really understood him but him.
They would just be mean to me, say mean things. They would...
Hold on, why are we going through this guy's life again? He is the internet's strangest gamer, according to this guy.
Well, there's one case where one of them literally spit on my back.
Damn!
Seriously.
This poor guy!
They often whistle for no reason, really getting me irritated. You know, it's an easy way to trigger a fight with me is whistling, so better be careful with that.
He's so autistic.
No hope of getting a significant other either, which he has also expressed, but you know, it is what it is.
So you have no romantic interests?
Nope, I have zero interest in that kind of stuff.
Holy based.
A lot of things.
The perfect man.
On top of one another, on top of another.
Like what?
There's 4-digit negative for just getting married in a sense. It's so far into negative territory that it almost rivals robbing banks.
Nick has no friends, nobody to connect with, and also lives in one of the US's least populated states. Finding anyone
Dude,
who
he's
he can
literally
relate
me.
with is pretty much impossible. While in real life, he was a weird loner, on the internet, he thrived. And this would lead people on the web discovering the story of Ulillillia.
Ulillillia. Ulillillia.
Hey, whatever blows your hair back.
I like that. Whatever blows your hair
Nick,
back.
in the early 2000s, will discover a way
Oh
to
my
get his
god,
frustration
remember when cameras would do this and like everybody looked like a devil because it would make their eyes look red? I remember. Lucy remembers.
And using the power of Angel Fire, he created his own website, Ulillillia. Most of the info in this video came from his very own website, as Nick himself did almost all the documentation of himself.
This is so crazy.
He wears his heart on his sleeve, which gives him an extra 500 max HP.
Aww.
On this website, he documents
He's like
everything.
a witch.
His
He's like an
life,
Etsy
his
witch.
interests,
That's probably
his
what he does
fears,
now.
What he does for fun, his likes and dislikes. He put it all out there for the world to see. One thing I neglected to mention is on this website, Nick also documents almost every dream he has. He uses
What
the
is
website
this
as a dream
dream?
journal of sorts.
One of my
And having in
top
mind Nick
favorite
does,
mud
he has some
dreams?
weird
He's
fucking
had
dreams.
multiple?
Dreams involving video games, dreams where he travels to far off places, dreams where he's covered in mud. It's
He's
a
a
trip
mud
reading through all the ones he's
enjoyer.
recorded. But he just doesn't record
You
them.
haven't?
He
No?
also reviews and ranks them, categorizes them using mathematical
Maybe I'm not
formulas.
autistic.
He went above and beyond for this stuff. Meanwhile, if I were to record my dreams, I'd just put down in a text file, Mario, if he real. Going through the archives of this angel-fired site from the early 2000s
Mario, if
is
he
not
real.
only nostalgic as hell, but also actually interesting. Even though I'm too grug-brained to understand the mathematic formulas, everything else is a sight for the eyes. Back in the early 2000s, when the internet was still really niche, still being on dial-up and all.
Damn. So
there wasn't any
nostalgic,
one place
except
really
dial-up
following
is
certain
not
individuals
nostalgic
like there
for
are
me.
now. Well, except for one place. Something Awful. Something Awful being probably the first congregation of internet dwellers looking
What
at
is
weird
this?
people and weird things
I've heard of it
online.
before.
Someone had happened across Nick's website and was so perplexed by it, they had to share it with the rest of the site.
Bullying?
It was originally meant to
Internet
just clown on the
bullying?
guy and posted it to the Comedy Goldmine part of the forums. When they shared the website, the people over on Something Awful were polarized. Some were amazed, some were impressed, some were disgusted, and some thought it was a joke. But all of them were definitely intrigued. They had just discovered an absolute oddity, and they weren't going to let him go. In fact, they decided to actively start following him and his endeavors. Now, if you think this is the part where they start screwing with Nick and making his
They
life
turned him into a lol cow? Please say
surprisingly
no.
wrong.
Please say he didn't take
In
the
fact,
bait.
the opposite happened. Nick was such a weird and interesting guy, he became somewhat of a little micro-celebrity on Something Awful. Some flat out became obsessed with the guy and desperately tried to get an interview with him or find some way to talk to him, but the mods had put their foot down on the people obsessing over him. He was definitely one of the earliest internet celebrities, at least on Something Awful. With this exposure on Something Awful, word
He's
of Nick's
famous.
antics spread to what was the internet at the time, and he quickly gained a cult audience who were now following his website.
Okay, they
He
liked
really
him?
had a
I
grasp
can't
on
tell
the idea
anymore, I'm
that
scared.
Potentially dozens and dozens of people were now reading his stories.
I know
and
how a lot
progress
of these
were
stories
outlined.
go.
But from everything I've seen, he
Someone is autistic on the internet and doesn't realize how autistic they are, and then they get like the worst ever treatment on the internet.
continued business as usual, updating the website constantly with more stories, progress on life, and other things. So yeah, he's congregated sort of a fan base following him. A lot more impressed and were actually charmed by his motivations and how he got around in his daily life. Then, YouTube came out, and so Nick started using YouTube to record and document his life on there. Although he's since deleted the channel, of course people have archived the videos.
Of course.
His life, his phobias, his dreams, and his math skills are interesting to read about, but does he have anything he wants to do with these skills? Anything he'd
No,
like to
probably
apply them
not. Usually
to
not.
help him in the future? Why, yes. Yes, he does.
Wait, he does? Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't like this stuff.
Paw printing. Oh no. Oh no.
If you ask me, the most interesting part about everything involving Ulillillia is what he calls his mind game.
Huh? What do they mean by this? What do they mean by this?
You see, Nick has played so many video games and spent so much time in them, he has ascended to a new level of video game.
Based?
He has developed his very own video game inside of his mind.
Based?
Whenever he's bored and not doing anything in particular, he will
Dude, he
enter
turned the
trance
video
and
game
start
into a
playing this video
tulpa!
game inside of his head. What does he do inside this so-called mind game? In this mind game, he has superhuman abilities that allow him to do whatever he wants in his mind. Climbing mountains in literal minutes, running at supersonic speeds.
Holy
in this
Based?
mind game, he is completely immune to pain and damage, so he can do basically whatever he wants. And the only person who can stop Nick in this game is Nick himself. In his mind, the chains are taken off, and Nick is free.
He's free
This is a
from
very,
his
very
OCD.
difficult thing to try and express to people what you do in your free time. If you told people you stare off into space to play this video game you've created inside your head, they would look at you like you're fucking insane. And admittedly, it is a very...
I used to have maladaptive daydreaming to the max in school. I'm so serious. I would just spend 8 hours a day at middle school daydreaming fake stories and books in my head. And that's why I did so bad in middle school, because I could not stop myself from doing that, and I didn't want to do it either. So I would just daydream most of my life.
very loaded thing to drop on someone, and Nick knows this. So after years of playing this mind game and trancing in and out of the real world, Nick decided he had to find a way to show everyone the vast amount of creativity and his skills in mathematics.
How did you fix it?
And wanted to give people a way...
Fear. I used my anxiety. And I told myself, if you don't do good in high school, you will have no life and everything will go bad and you will live with your family forever and you will be a burden and you will be a leech and you won't be able to take care of yourself at all. And so I told myself I have to lock in for high school. And so I locked in enough for high school to get good enough grades to go to college. And look at me now, I'm in Idol.
So he got on his computer and started to develop his very own game.
I gotta do more
called
Idol shit then.
Platform Masters.
Platform Masters.
After graduating high school, Nick would dedicate a lot of his time developing this game. He had no real coding or game development knowledge, nor any artistic skills, but he basically brute forced all of that with his knowledge of mathematics.
Holy.
He would post constant updates and developments of his game over the years, because, well, this was a collection of all the knowledge and skills he had built up over the years. And for a game made by one guy, who had never developed a game before and never really had any connection to the outside world,
impressive.
It's technically impressive.
I also didn't just individualize them, I also made them
Something
bigger.
tells me the
And
game
if
is
you look
shit,
closely,
but I'm still
I've
impressed.
also made an enhancement on the lighting. Whoa, these crazy platforms over here. That one stops, and up I go to the next section.
I just watched your V soccer match. It's way better than I
platforming,
expected. I'm the best at
Nick would
soccer!
dump
Never
a ton-
again.
A ton of time into the development of this game, but that's not to say he didn't do other things, as Nick has also gone out of his way to write books. Yeah, a lot of people have talked about seem to love and enjoy writing novels, and I rather not talk about some of them.
Buy my book.
Nick's most famous novel is
The
called
Legend of the
The
Ten
Legend of the
Elemental
10
Masters.
Look at that cover art. Oh my god, I unironically love it.
I have no clue
The
what I'm
early
looking
CGI
at.
Look, it has a very nice vibe to it. I went out of my way to read this. In fact, to show you I mean business, I actually went out and bought a hard copy of this.
Base?
I wanted to tell you all Nick's story and also support him at the same time. And having read through the book, well, I did some speed reading.
Oh
and
my
I'll
god.
just say, this is only made for a very specific group of people.
Right.
And, well, I really hope you like numbers. The entire book is formatted like an old school
Holy,
RPG.
this is
and its plot
condensed
also as basic
autism.
as an old school RPG. The main character is this weird purple furry named Knuckles. Not the Knuckles you're thinking
Oh.
of, but he's described as
Minari,
resembling a
thank you so
human,
much for the
but
raid.
with
Welcome in,
differences.
Raiders. Hello.
Knuckles is neither male nor female, though referred to as a he. 3/4 inch thick dark violet colored fur covers his entire body. He is only 25 1/3 inches tall, 4 inches wide,
So
and 2.5
specific.
inches deep. Knuckles gets his name from his large hands, 40% bigger than a human his size would have. No, we never get any picture of what Knuckles looks like in the book, so here's an artist rendition. You know, I get the feeling that yaoi artists would really enjoy this character.
No, you're wrong,
Now, if you
dude.
couldn't
You're
tell,
wrong.
that
The
description
furries
of
can keep that one.
is hyper specific. From his exact size, to how thick his fur is, from how big his
Hello.
fists are. Now take that and imagine an entire book like that. This entire book is hyper detailed about all the numbers and the experience gained. Like reading through this, it's clear that the actual plot or anything happening takes a back seat to the number crunching and all
Holy
the RPG
shit.
mechanics involved within. It even has some
I need
menus
to
on
see
some
some
pages, like the
quotes,
stat
please.
screens
Please
in
show
an
me some
RPG.
quotes.
I don't think there is a single page in this book that does not have at least one number on it.
Good
Plot-wise, it's really easy to follow. It's a very bare-bones plot, but Nick wasn't writing this for the plot. Nick made this book for himself, basically, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't buy this expecting something made for everyone. I
No
bought
shit.
this to support Nick. I didn't want anyone to get the wrong idea that I'm trying to pick on him. He's a strange man, very strange indeed, and I've made some quips here and there, but after all the research I've done on him for this video,
He's
he
a
has
good
lot of
egg.
issues, but he's overcome all the odds and has found a way to be productive. He'll go on to make more games and write more books. They're all about what you would expect from him.
Like Jay, thank you for the gift subs to Minari. I appreciate
platformer
it.
role-playing game hybrid has undergone significant change
This
since
is
the last
excellent.
update. I've actually finished every single background except for shops and a couple of other maybe side story related stuff, but that's about it.
He's been known on the web for more than 20 years, and from the looks of things, today, not much has changed.
Well, are you still playing this thing?
Enough eyes would get on Nick, to the point where eventually, someone decided to do a documentary on him. An actual documentary, with a production crew, and not just
No
some guy
way,
pretending
no
something,
way.
like
He's
yours
famous.
truly.
He's so famous.
However, during the production of said documentary, Nick's hometown was flooded, and it was pretty devastating on the community. So because of this incident, it's sort of half a documentary on Nick, and the other half is talking to the members of the community and how the flood affected them. It's kind of weirdly formatted, but other than that, it's alright. Strange enough, though, this documentary was completed in 2012, but it did not see the light of day until about 7 years later, and no one knows why. It is what it is. The documentary goes over pretty much everything I've said in this video. Nick's life, Nick's aspirations, his family, and also how the flood
Aww.
affected him.
I want to watch
Now,
this.
don't get the idea you can use this video as a replacement. I highly recommend you go check the original video out yourself. It says way more than I can. But remember, this was made back in 2012.
Oh,
that was
damn.
12 years ago. What about today? What is going on with
Yeah,
Nick
where
these
is he?
days?
Where's he at?
Well, his original website is now no longer up.
No.
The domain is completely dead, but archives of it still exist and have been a big help for this video. He's also deleted a lot of the videos he uploaded to YouTube. I guess maybe the fame was a little too much for him or something like that. Even though the man had a bunch of people following him and enjoying what he did, if you have any bit of fame on the internet, you're going to get some trolls and some level of
So
harassment.
true, so true.
There are people who just thought Nick was a weird freak who deserved to be castrated or something, when really, the man isn't harming a fly. He keeps to himself and just does what he likes. Check
The
it
internet
up on
can't
him.
handle that.
He's made
They
a
get
life for
pissed.
himself. He's moved from place to place, doing different odd jobs, still dealing with the same struggles like his picky food choices or phobias. He's taken vacations and swam with the stuff he used to be afraid of. He seems to be living just a normal life.
Aww.
As normal as someone like Nick can have, anyway.
Blue water kills you. Or at least that's what it would have said 21 years
Hydration.
ago.
He's
I wouldn't
really
have even touched a
grown.
weird puddle of all things. And yet, here I am, sunk in up to
He's
my
doing
neck
his
in it,
best, man.
And it's about as blue as it can ever get.
You'll probably be sad to hear that Platform Masters is still not available to the public, despite working on it for well over a decade. He is currently working on other projects, though. He has a Patreon up where he gives updates on some of his games. He's making almost $800 in Patreon money every month just by doing this. That's a pretty chunk of change. So yeah, he still has a very dedicated following. He still updates about his games and his personal life to this very day. Very
Aww.
recently, he had his name legally changed to Ryan, because he just likes the name Ryan. So technically, I've been using an outdated name this entire time, but hey, listen, I already wrote most of the script before I found this out, and I didn't want to bother pronouncing Ulillillia this entire time. Leave me alone! So why did I make this video so much different compared to the other ones? Well, there are a lot of absolutely screwed up people who found their way to the internet, and it is fun to see them flop and flail around like a trout on land, but sometimes you get success stories, like Nick, and you gotta show them. This is a man who is self-admittedly severely mentally ill, but not only did he use the strengths he had, he also overcame many of his fears.
This gives me hope.
I mean, the man used to be scared of
If
grass for Christ's
Ulillillia
sake,
can do
but now
it,
here he
why
is,
can't we?
making his own games, making hunters on
What's
Patreon,
our
and
excuse,
still trying
Chatty?
to navigate through life. I've seen a lot of people call Nick the good Christian. They were both guys who were very mentally ill, didn't have good social skills, and didn't seem like they were going to go far. One went on a path of self-destruction, and the other actually did impressive things and lives a semi-normal life. But
The
calling
good
him the
ending
good Christian, I
Christian.
think, is underselling him. The story of Ulillillia is one that shows you, no matter how often your own disorders or insecurities get in the way, you can use what you have in any way you want and make a name for yourself. It's not over for you. You'll just have to persevere.
It's not
in your own
over for
way.
you, Chatty.
Ulillillia,
I believe
Nick,
now. I'm
Ryan,
starting to
whatever you
believe.
want to call him, was one of the first internet oddities. At surface level, he may seem like a gigantic weirdo, but when you dig in deeper, you see a man who was dealt a bad hand, but used what he had to get through life. And if that isn't a compelling and motivating story, I don't know what is. Please go support him and his endeavors. I feel he deserves it. God bless, like and subscribe.
I
and
hope
good
he
night.
makes many,
And
many
remember, boys and girls,
autismo-inspired
Ulillillia
books
was the world's biggest Bubsy fan, so no one
until
else would
the
have to
very
be.
last breath
That's
he
among his
takes,
greatest accomplishments. Godspeed.
which will be never. He is immortal.
Max score.
Once you reach a certain level of autism, you never die. It's like a nuclear power plant. It's infinite energy. Wait, what the hell is that? Oh my god, that's the game. We should play it. We should play that game. We should play that game. Making Korean pizza. What the hell? Who sent this to me? Start with some freshly made dough. Of course, you need the dough for the pizza. Okay, what are we putting on it? Now make a ring around the edge. With what? What is that? With some creamed sweet potato. I'm gonna cream your sweet potato. Oh, ew. Ew, sweet potato on pizza? Fold the edges around the sweet potato. Ugh. I don't know, is there no space? What is the sauce? Ketchup! Okay. Oh. Smooth it out with a spoon. Add more pepper. Cheese. Oh. Use cheddar slices. For a more exotic pie, use strawberry or chocolate cheese. What the fuck? This is a joke, right? This is the meme? They're memeing? They're rage baiting? Starting to look like a pizza, huh? No! No! Don't forget the vegetable. You thought I'd forget the corn? You can't have authentic Korean pizza without the canned corn. Now for some meat. Is that spam or hot dogs? That's fucking hot. Oh my god. Lay them out in an attractive star formation. Mouth watering yet? One last step. Time for the mayo. Make a nice spiral pattern. Behold, world famous Korean pizza. Korea fighting. Okay, last step. Mods, can you please ban the person who submitted that to Reddit? I don't want them to cook ever again. Literally, I don't want them to cook ever again. Okay, let's see. Overly attached Lucy Fire! Oh my god, Chatty, it's me! Chatty, you wanna be my boyfriend, right? Forever, right? I'm not gonna catch you looking at other bitches, right? It's me, it's literally me. I'm just like her, for real, for real. If I met that girl in real life, the girl who was from the original meme, I would ask her to sign my shit. Please sign my shit, you're such an inspiration. Cheer for Lucy. Win it, Lucy. Yeah, I like how we won it all. I like how we won it all. Remember how we won it all? Yeah, I liked that. I liked that part where we won the soccer game. It was good. It was good. The tongue stealer?
Ah, man. We missed another lesson.
Is the pizza almost here?
Dude, we're flying to Japan in a few months.
Oh my god,
How are we supposed to pick
based.
up girls if we can't even talk to them?
True.
Dude, I bet these girls are gonna love a foreign man with a beautiful accent.
Man, you're so right. We're here to be little show ponies over
This
there,
is me, though.
Damn right, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, is that the Duolingo out?
Michael, don't go near that thing.
Is it like an ancient eldritch god?
What's up, little man?
Michael, seriously, dude, stop. Konnichiwa.
Dude, he came here to give us lessons in person.
This is how I learned, by the way.
Konnichiwa, little man.
Ko.
Ni.
Chiwa.
Chiwa.
Konnichiwa.
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 Oh my god, it's a face hugger! Oh my god! Somebody just got hard. Yeah, this is me during exam, actually. Wait, this is just like my... This is literally just like my hentais. Hot in there, welcome, hi. It's literally the exact same thing.
All right, I got 2 pepperoni pizzas. What are you saying? Get off of me!
It's accurate.
Get the fuck off of me!
Help me! No! 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 Taken. I didn't know Meat Canyon was like a hentai creator. No accent too. Damn, this owl is impressive. Tifa! I can tell. I can just tell. At least they kept their streak alive. Wow. If I were Duolingo, I would send a cease and desist. What makes this absolutely terrifying isn't even the bird literally ripping out their tongues, but the fact that they can't understand themselves. Imagine opening your mouth to speak and not being able to comprehend the words coming out of your own mouth. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? Does that mean they can't understand each other? They can't understand the Japanese sexy ladies? They can't even get their dicks wet. What's the point? The male crisis. Heat is wrecking testosterone. Well, guys, it's time to begin panicking.
Are hot balls killing your testosterone?
Over 24 years ago, I was watching this TV show called King of the Hill, and I was completely puzzled by this one scene.
Research shows that heat lowers fertility. One way to increase the number of healthy sperm is to lower the temperature in your
Oh my
pants.
god, you need to be cold, Chatty.
Why would cooling your balls make them work better? A
I
year
thought he was
later,
gonna put his actual
1999,
ball
The
sack in there.
Simpsons had Apu chilling his balls to make him more fertile.
Chilling my loins, I increase the chances of impregnating my wife.
Except, of course, fertility isn't the only thing the balls are important for.
4 years later, in 2003, another King of the Hill
What else
episode
are they
aired
good
about
for?
the other important function of balls.
Testosterone could have elevated Hank's mood, improved his whole outlook.
In Japan, the word that they use is the golden balls, which refers to how important they are for health and fertility. Except all across the world, men's golden balls are in crisis. Testosterone and male fertility rates have been dropping rapidly. Since 1973, sperm counts have dropped around 50%.
Chatty?
And some estimates put testosterone dropping as much as 1/3
Chatty, what's happening in your ball sack right now?
over the past 30 years.
Sure, alcohol, poor sleep,
endocrine disrupting chemicals in plastics.
you know what's
weight
going
gain,
on in
a
your balls
sedentary
right now,
lifestyle,
Chatty?
Stress.
Various features of our extra convenient modern lifestyle can wreck your testosterone. But no one's talking about how convenience stores have
Oh
a
my God,
cheap,
that's so
all-natural
cute.
item that could raise your testosterone.
You've probably heard of the physical benefits of testosterone, like making it easier to put on muscle and lose fat, but several lines of research also show that testosterone has a significant effect on mentality, improving libido,
Is that
confidence,
anal beads?
anxiety, and mood. Increased testosterone is intimately linked to the feeling of being a winner and vice versa. That is, losing at something has been found to decrease men's testosterone, and lowering testosterone is accompanied by feelings of being a loser, feeling more
Chatty, if you lose in a game, your testosterone literally lowers? Are you telling me that playing esports and being bad at it is literally lowering your fucking T count?
submissive, unhappy, and unconfident. Testosterone is very important for the body and mind. So we need to talk about the balls because
No
this is
wonder
where
you get so
testosterone
mad when
is
you lose
made.
games. It's because it's literally robbing testosterone from your ball sack.
The first question is, why are your balls outside of your body? If you think about it, it doesn't make
Because
any
it's
sense.
too warm
This
in
vital
there. It's
organ
too
that ensures
warm.
the continuation of our species isn't protected by bones, cartilage, or muscle. They just dangle there defenseless. Well, here's the thing. Your testosterone and sperm factories don't work as well when they get too hot. So why? Well, the reason basically every single land mammal except elephants and rhinos have their balls outside their body is that they need to keep them cool. As
Yeah.
research shows, heating
See,
the
I knew
balls
that.
can
I'm
dramatically
so
worsen
smart.
their function, worsening sperm quality and testosterone levels.
Man-spreading is when a man
Stop,
take up
stop,
as much
stop,
space
stop,
as humanly
stop,
possible.
stop.
So why do men spread their legs out so much when they sit down? Well, the balls don't need that
Don't
much
remind
space,
me of
but the balls
BuzzFeed.
do need to be cool, so this is likely an instinct to keep our balls away from our warm thighs. When you sit down, this pushes the balls close to your hot body and they can heat up.
Yeah,
A
it's
study
so
from
hot
the year
when they
2000
push the
found
balls
that extended
together.
periods of sitting in your car seat can heat up the balls an entire 2 degrees
Chatty, I want you guys to wear bras on your ball sack and then push them together to give yourself ball cleavage.
Celsius. It's been proven multiple times that heat is terrible
my
for
kink.
sperm and male fertility, but what about testosterone? A 2020 study found that heating up the balls of bulls by only 3 degrees Celsius induced a profound 10-fold reduction in testicular testosterone concentrations. Here, where I live in Japan, everybody loves a nice hot bath at the end of the day.
So true.
Getting in a hot bath almost every night is a very common tradition in Japan. Also, Japan's birth rate has consistently been lower than, say, America and Canada for the past 50 years. The Japan Times says that, of course, the usual suspects like work-life balance or state
So
support
if you boil your nuts, then that's like a free vasectomy.
for childcare are at play here, but they say it's about time to consider that male infertility might be a factor. This makes me wonder if heating up the balls every night has anything to do with
Poor
it.
semen
Then
quality.
we've all heard about
Please
how
save
sitting
the
for hours
Japanese.
on end is awful for our health and makes us fat, but we also know that lowering testosterone makes it harder to put on muscle and easier to put on fat. So what if all this sitting nowadays is heating up men's balls, reducing their testosterone, and making them weak and fat?
The boy's got no fight in him. I don't get it.
Maybe he's missing something. Like testosterone, energy,
confidence, aggression, agility, muscle.
Chatty, if I
Around
inject
2018, there's
testosterone,
rumor that
will I
Chinese
become more
powerlifters
competitive?
ice their balls as part of their training regimen to raise testosterone started circulating
Those
online.
bulges make me
Eventually,
uncomfortable.
various biohackers started talking about how icing the balls
Why
was
do they
a
wear
good
that?
way to increase testosterone. So is this just bro science, or can icing the balls really increase your testosterone?
Chatty, will you try icing your balls now?
Hold up, we need to dig into the research a bit further to solve this puzzle because there's not too much human research on how hot balls lowers your testosterone. Most of the research on ball temperature is looking at fertility. Here's one example to show you just how bad heat is for sperm. In a 1967 paper, researchers wanted to see the effect of heat on men's balls. They increased the ball temperature of 10
Damn,
men
this has
by
been
a mere
around for a while.
0.8 degrees Celsius for 15 hours a day for 2 to 3 months. This reduced the men's sperm count by 80%. Another 1985 study
Jesus.
increased the ball temperature by 2 degrees Celsius, and this led to a 90% reduction in sperm count. Here's where it comes back to testosterone. Even if you're not trying to have a baby, consider that testosterone is necessary for the production of healthy sperm. And for example, in this study where they corrected an iron deficiency in men, they found a clear correlation between increases in total sperm count and increases in testosterone. So we may expect that things that are going to be good for fertility are going to be good for testosterone. There's actually a study in the Scottish Medical Journal saying that a kilt should help men's fertility because it will keep their balls cool. A 1984 study had 64 subfertile men wear a ball cooling device for 16 weeks.
Ain't
The
no
ball
way.
chiller improved the sperm quality of 65% of the men, and 26% of the men had their fertility improved so much that they got their wives pregnant. A different study looked at 25 of what the researchers specifically called
Chatty,
hardcore infertile
anytime
couples.
I'm not with
This
you,
meant that they were not
I
able to get
expect you
pregnant
to
for
be
more than
icing your
6
balls in
years.
preparation
Just
for
15
being
weeks
with
of ball
me.
chilling allowed 6 of these hardcore infertile
New
couples
method of
to
flirting
finally
just dropped.
get pregnant. This is why Hank Hill's doctor told him to cool his balls so he could have another baby. Here's where the puzzle of ball temperature and testosterone gets a lot more interesting. Research suggests that anywhere from 4 to 30% of men suffer a condition called varicocele.
What the hell is
Varicocele
that?
is an abnormality
Sean Kerr,
in the
welcome.
spermatic cord. This is basically where the veins in the scrotum are swollen, and this can impair sperm as well as testosterone
That sounds
production.
painful.
Looks like there's a jam in delta sector.
A 2022 paper explains that patients with this simple defect in the veins of the balls on average have lower testosterone. This can lead to the various symptoms of testosterone deficiency: decreased libido, erectile dysfunction,
Chatty, do any of y'all
fatigue,
have
depressed
twisted
mood,
ball
increases
veins?
in weight gain, and insulin resistance. Among infertile men,
Get
the
well
incidence
soon.
of varicocele has been observed to be as high as 35 to 40%. A 1984 paper tested a ball cooling device on men who had some form of varicocele. Cooling the balls improved the semen quality of many of the men
This is
enough to lead to
crazy!
successful pregnancies. This study implies that perhaps one of the effects of these varicoceles is that they prevent.
So you're telling me that the final step of climate change and the planet becoming super hot is the extinction of the human race through no viable sperm existing?
The testicles from regulating their temperature properly, and they get too hot. This is really interesting because it suggests that the varicocele lowers testosterone because it makes the balls hotter.
Chatty,
So if
we're
that were the
cooked.
case,
Literally, we
should
are
guess that
cooked.
removing a varicocele would cool the balls and lead to higher testosterone. That is, if varicocele leads to hotter testicles,
Now men just
and
start
then leads to
icing
lower
their balls?
testosterone, then removing
Only
them.
the richest of men will be able to afford ice cubes that last for 15 seconds in 2,500, okay? So you will only have children with the richest of rich men who can afford to ice their fucking balls long enough for this to be effective.
Varicocele should lead to cooler testicles and therefore higher testosterone. Indeed, the data suggests just that.
Cool ball good.
Surgery
Holy
removing
science.
the varicocele decreases ball temperature and increases serum testosterone levels.
The
This
opposite
paper
of a
from 2020
vasectomy.
found that 60 to 80% of men with low serum testosterone will exhibit normalization of testosterone level after varicocele repair. Now, you might assume that it's for a different reason that fixing the varicocele improves testosterone, but research has specifically observed that men with varicocele have hotter balls, and that surgery to remove the varicocele restores the balls to
They're
a
just mad
proper,
because his
cooler
balls are
temperature.
hot.
There's a reason why your balls are positioned outside your body. For the balls to produce healthy sperm, they need to be
Oh my
2
God,
to 6
Chatty, your
degrees
balls are
Celsius
so
below
hot.
the core body temperature. So what you need to do is to keep your balls
No,
from
really, go get that
overheating for
checked out.
extended periods of time at all costs. There are tons of studies finding that cooling the scrotum has an improvement on semen parameters. This is huge for couples because considering in about 50% of cases, couple infertility is attributable to the male partner, mainly due to a failure.
No! No! No. It's the man's fault? So you're telling me King Henry was just killing his wives because his balls were too hot under all that fat of his body?
In sperm production, as well as sitting wearing tight underwear can increase the temperature of the balls because it presses them against your warm body. It's also well accepted that it's best to have the bedroom cool for better quality sleep, but it's also a good idea to make sure that your crotch isn't getting too hot overnight. So there might be something to that rumor that Chinese powerlifters ice their balls. While there isn't research specifically on how much ball icing improves testosterone in already healthy men that I know of, many guys, including myself, report feeling a bit more energy.
So
and
you
libido
actually
from
ice your
icing their
balls
regularly.
They genuinely ice their balls.
Experimenting with this, you can try placing an ice pack on your balls.
Dude, maybe that's why. I feel like a lot of guys say cold showers are great. Cold showers make me feel so good. I feel so much better after a cold shower. Meanwhile, all the women I've talked to are just like, it's not for me. I don't like cold showers. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't make my mind more clear. It just makes me cold. That would literally explain so much. It's literally making men feel better because their ball sacks are getting cold too.
But make sure it's over your underwear or over a cloth and not directly on the skin. You don't want to make it uncomfortable
Ice your balls,
or
chatty.
numb down
Ice your balls.
I found about 8 minutes at a time, 2 to 3 times a day, to work pretty well for me. Now, while the anecdotal reports are exciting, there is reason to make sure you don't overdo it. Some research suggests that excessive cold exposure to the body in general can actually
once a
lower
week ball
testosterone.
icing, chatty.
Of course,
That
if
is
you're
your
taking
regimen
a lot
now.
of hot baths or going in the sauna a lot, it would be worth cooling the balls down afterwards. Another thing with the sauna is that you're going to be sweating and losing a lot of electrolytes, which are also important for energy levels. Testosterone is great for energy, but something I do to keep my energy levels up is simply taking electrolytes.
Oh my god, we're getting added. We're getting added. Add catch. I caught it. I caught it, chatty. It can't hurt you anymore. It can't hurt you anymore. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much for streaming Anime Makes Me Come 69 times. Next year, let's see 67! Which means you're gonna have to listen to it 2 less times. Oh my god, this is so good. I saw this on Twitter. This looks so good. It's a chatty wood carving. Holy peak. I want one. When can I have one? When can I have a chatty wood carving? When do I get my own? Look how cute he is. So kawaii. Even painted under the bottom. Very based. Very based. So Lucy said the other month that woodworking is an attractive hobby or skill. Extra, it would be attractive from anybody but you, okay? Like, if this were a different chatty, I would have already proposed, but it is you, and you are just working too hard against all of the past and the history that you have in this community. I'm so sorry, but I will admit this is very cool. This is, in fact, a very cool thing that you did. I admire it. However, if it's your attempt at making me forgive you for all that has happened, you're gonna have to try again. Hank on TV, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Blah, blah. Why do people play MMORPG solo? Which one am I gonna watch? I've got time for like 2 more depending on size. Oh yeah, I was like skimming through this one. Is Final Fantasy really gonna be reborn again? Are your games playing you? The best pizza place you've never heard of? Softlock picking? I feel like I've ignored and not been able to watch this one 5,000 times. Guys, I promise you that this weird Shido Emiya thing I have open here, I promise it's not for weird reasons. I promise I have a really valid reason for having this open. I forgot that I had it open. Who is he, Lucy? Well, he's the guy who said that people die when they are killed. I swear there's a good reason! I swear there's a good reason, chatty! There's a good reason. It has to do with, art, okay? It has to do with art, I swear. Yeah, he's John Fate Stay Night, okay? Shut the fuck up. Everyone be quiet. Everyone be quiet. Okay. What to watch? What to watch? Okay, this was from last time, so
I'm just
let's watch this one.
I've been all over the United States since I started this whole YouTube thing, and the Midwest does not have a lot to brag about, but
Many
our
such
gas
cases.
station game is on point, and the rest of you guys are lacking. Today we're talking about Casey's.
Have you ever been to a
Store, the most
Buc-ee's,
American
Chatty?
pizza place in the world, and
A
it's
Buc-ee's?
masquerading as a gas station. If you don't live in the Midwest, you've probably never even heard of Casey's because they only operate in 17
I've never
states.
heard of it.
But despite only operating in 17 states, to show how dominant they are in their region, they are the third biggest convenience store chain in the country behind 7-Eleven and Circle K. And while
Damn.
they're technically not considered a pizza place, they have better pizza than any other chain pizza place in the
Is this
United
real?
States.
Maybe I should
Yes,
go.
it's not just good gas station pizza. No, it's just good pizza. Look at me. I'm a 260-pound white guy that worked construction for a decade. I know good pizza. I am a pizza slut. I promise you,
Oh.
the pizza's delicious. And you don't just have to take my word for it. I can prove it mathematically. If you were to compare the top pizza chains in the United States and see which one made
I'm
the
not a
most
pizza
money by
slut. I'm
selling
just a
pizzas,
pizza
Casey's would be
dabbler.
tied for
I dabble
fifth
in
with Papa
pizza from
Murphy's.
time to
Last
time.
year, they sold 28 million pizzas and 70 million individual slices. And again, they only operate in 17 states with 2,600 locations. That's like 11,000 pizzas per year per gas
That's a
station.
lot of damn
Not
pizzas.
including the individual slices. And
Hydration?
Casey's was able to achieve this market dominance with a brilliant business strategy that we're going to get into right after a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by World of
Our
Warships.
sponsor, Gamer Subs Called Lucy, 10% off.
Taking Dunkirk bees, I'm gonna have enough to be driving through the vast cornfield ocean that is the Midwest of the United States, and the only thing that breaks up this ocean of corn is the occasional soybean field, maybe a hog confinement, or one of
We
the
grow
thousands of
soybeans
tiny
here?
little towns that have a population of like 2,000 that are so small. If
Why
you
did I
blink,
think
you're gonna miss 'em.
soybeans
Pretty
were
much all of
grown
these
in
towns
East
are the
Asia?
exact same thing. There's only 4 businesses in these towns. Okay, there's a post office, a dive bar, a Dollar General, and a gas station. And 9 times out of 10, that gas station is a
They
Casey's.
are?
And I'm gonna tell you right now, that is one of, if not the best gas stations on the planet. The only company that comes
thought
close
we
is
imported
Quickstar, which is their
soybeans,
main
Daddy.
competitor inside of the Midwest. Okay, all the other regions in the United States, you guys don't hold a candle to the Midwest when it comes to the gas station game. Buh! Oh yeah, well Texas has Buc-ee's, and Buc-ee's is the biggest, best gas station ever because Texas, buh. Okay, look at me. Look at me.
I'm
Buc-ee's
looking.
is cool. I like Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's has a cool business model.
It's
I'll do a
decent.
video on them one day. But Buc-ee's is not a gas station.
I find the people who are obsessed with Buc-ee's really scary, though. Something about them is just intimidating. These superior nuts, his body is made of chatty, his blood of piss, his heart of cringe. He survived through countless battles, not even once retreating, not even once being understood. He was always with Lucy, intoxicated by Lucy, on a hill of cringe. Thus his life has meaning. All he could achieve was unlimited goon works. And yet these hands will never hold anything.
Buc-ee's is what happens when a Six Flags
Except
fucks a
my
Walmart
Lucy
and
Pyre
then they have a
Dakimakura.
massive parking lot that they threw some gas pumps in. That is a tourist attraction, not a convenience store. There's nothing convenient about Buc-ee's, okay? You gotta park in a 1,000 spot parking lot, walk a quarter mile just to get into the store that's the size of a fucking department store just to find the food you want. I'm not looking to do that as a construction worker
Yeah, no.
trying to get to work.
It's
okay?
way
I
too
wanna
big
walk
in there.
12 steps in, grab food, grab an energy drink and a coffee, walk the fuck out and go to work. I'm surprised
Exactly.
Buc-ee's doesn't take your picture and then try to sell it to you on the way out like it was a roller coaster because they do everything else an amusement park does. They basically have a fucking
It's so
gift shop
true.
inside that gas
It's so
station.
true.
I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. Our story begins in 1959 when Donald Lamberti, the founder of Casey's, took over his father's full-service gas station in Des Moines, Iowa.
Dude, the last time I went into a Buc-ee's, I got changed forever because the people who are like making the food, whenever they get like brisket out and they're like making the sandwiches, they slap it down really loudly onto a fucking sheet. And then everybody who's currently making the sandwiches is required by law to say, "Hey, brisket on the board!" And I just heard that several times while I was inside Buc-ee's. And I felt like I was in a cult. I felt like I was intruding on something.
Now remember, this is the 1950s, so when I say full service
Do they
gas
really do
station,
that?
I mean, they
Yes,
sold
I'm not
gas, and then
joking!
they had like the little auto shop off to the side where you could go in, get your tire fixed, get your oil changed, and some dude would come out and pump your gas. It wasn't really a convenience store. They weren't selling food. They didn't have a bunch of snacks and drinks and all the bullshit. That's how
America's
things were
not
back
real,
in the
man.
day.
So
And eventually,
true.
somewhere over the
Dude, imagine dropping off a Japanese person in the middle of a Buc-ee's and they've never been to the US before. And it's like, how quickly do you think they would have a panic attack?
course of the next 9 years, he decides, you know what? I'm going to get rid of the auto shop. I'm going to turn the auto shop into a convenience store. I'm going to start making more money off of selling candy bars and drinks and food and shit. And it's outrageously successful. And then one day his buddy, Casey Fisher, the guy that comes by to fill up the gas tanks for his gas pump,
Why does
says,
that name
hey,
feel
over in
familiar?
this town, Boone, Iowa, not that far away, there's another full service gas station that's struggling. You should take them over, turn them into a convenience store too, and do exactly what you did right here in Des Moines. It would probably go just as well.
I've
Now,
been
Des Moines
sneezing
is the
more and more.
capital.
Am I
It's the
becoming
big city.
allergic
In
to
theory,
Chatty?
It should be easier to
No!
have a successful business there just because of greater population density. Boone, Iowa is a tiny town that's got about 12,000 people, so he's concerned that a convenience
so
store
over,
isn't going to be able to
Chatty.
make
It's so
it there,
over.
but there's only one way to find out. So he goes there, he takes over this gas station. It's like the only gas station in town, turns it into a convenience
Right, 'cause it's
store,
the
and holy
Midwest.
shit, it's outrageously successful. In a wild turn of
'Cause
events
they
that
need
literally
them.
nobody could have seen coming, people that live in small towns also like convenience and food. Holy shit, who would have thunk it? So while yes, this small town does have less people, which means less potential business, he also has literally no competition, so he just mops up. So he ends up naming that gas station Casey's after the guy that gave him the idea, and that
Exactly.
becomes his new strategy
No
for the
competition
business.
in the
He's not gonna
Midwest.
try to go into the big metropolitan area and slug it out with all the big hitters and make a name for himself. No, he's just gonna go
Damn, this
around
makes
to
me wanna
all
go to
these
the
little
Midwest just
tiny
to get their
podunk
pizza.
towns, and he actually focuses on towns that have a population of 5,000 or less. And as time goes by, he's just opening up new gas stations left and right in all these little podunk towns. And then in 1984, one of these tiny little towns only had two businesses. They had a Casey's and they had a local pizza place. And that local pizza place went
This is literally what it's like in rural areas in America, by the way. The way that you have nothing and you have to drive like several miles just to get to society.
out of business. So the manager of that Casey's was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start making pizza inside the donut machine. Which makes a ton of sense because that entire community is used to only having one option for a restaurant to order warm food. Most of these families probably have pizza night. Like every Tuesday, our family buys pizza from this local pizzeria, and that's just our family thing. And that got taken away. So Casey's is gonna go in and fill that void. Right? This is what pseudoscientists
Can't relate,
sociologists
SoCal.
would refer to as a
I need every Californian in my chat to be literally publicly humiliated. I need you all tied up, and I need everyone to take turns throwing rocks and stones at you. Not everything is about you, Californians. Not everything is fucking about you. Oh yeah, I don't understand what that's like because I'm from SoCal. We get it. You have no perception of the way that other people live, and you have no empathy and no sympathy for humanity, okay? Thanks for reminding us. Again!
food desert, and he is now going to be the only person selling food inside of this food desert.
I want it. I want
And
to
people
go there.
absolutely love it, so he ends up equipping every Casey's with a fully functional pizza kitchen. Now, as the decades go by, Casey's has basically covered the entire Midwest. They're absolutely everywhere except for inside these major cities, but they have these major cities.
It's not
completely
for the
surrounded.
major
Now, in
cities.
business, this would be called the back door or
It's
the
for
beachhead
the
strategy.
rednecks.
It's not always a good business idea for a lot of retail locations, like Toys R Us, for example. You wouldn't build a Toys R Us out in a town that's got 2,000 people. It just doesn't make any sense. But it works with gas stations, and it's exceptionally brilliant. And that's because if things are going good, what do cities do over time?
What do they do?
expand. They get bigger. Especially cities in the Midwest because they're smack dab in the center of the country, right? Cities that are on coastlines can only expand one direction. They can't expand into the ocean. Cities in Florida are stuck on a fucking peninsula. Where are they gonna go? Manhattan's on an island, whereas the cities in the middle of the country can expand out in every direction. And they've been doing that a ton for the last 3
Manhattan's
decades
on an
because
island?
all of the big businesses are moving headquarters and factories and warehouses into these central locations because it makes logistics
Bro, I gotta go to New York. I've never been, and it feels like a fake place that's not even real. I gotta go and find out what that shit actually looks like.
easier because you're smack dab in the middle of the country. Now, it's only a 2-day drive to either
Don't
coast instead
go!
of being stationed
Daddy, I
in
gotta
LA
go.
and
That's
having to ship
America.
shit all the way to New York. You want to be centralized. So these Midwestern cities like Des Moines, for example,
Everyone's
are
saying don't
expanding
go.
rapidly, and all the gas station businesses that are inside the city that have been operating there forever are having trouble expanding because they're completely fucking surrounded by Casey's. And Casey's is not only making a fuck ton of money by A, being there first and already having a stronghold with a loyal customer base, but as that city expands and absorbs these smaller towns, the property values go through the roof, so the value of their location, just real estate wise, is skyrocketing.
Can you take pictures of
Not
the
only
rats
that, but
there?
you know-
I heard you can eat pizza with them.
Who has to show up to let the city expand? Construction workers. So now they have entire construction crews leaving the city, going out to these tiny little towns 15, 30 minutes outside of town, and they're building, you know, a new housing development or a bunch of new buildings. Guess where they're going for breakfast and lunch every single day?
Easy W.
The only
Easy
place
profits.
they can go, the gas station that sells pizza. And it's even funnier if you're another gas station trying to compete with them, because as you send out your construction crew to build your Quick Star or your Holiday or your Circle K or whatever the fuck, guess where your construction workers, as they're building your gas station, are going to get pizza at lunch? Fucking Casey's.
Thirsty?
They've been playing the long game for decades, and it's starting to pay off. And because of all of this, the pizza at Casey's has developed this cult following. Like, it is a
Circle
Midwest...
K has good prices on beer? Why are they selling good beer at a gas station
Sorry,
when
Lucy
you
Senpai.
probably have to drive to get to it? Buff Pup Virus, thank you for the 7 months, I appreciate it. Blah, blah.
icon to get Casey's pizza at this gas station. Like I already said, they're literally tied for 5th for Papa Murphy's for the biggest pizza chain in the United States. They sold $700 million in pizza last year, which doesn't even make sense when you consider they're only operating in 17 states with 2,600 locations. How is that even possible? Well, it's because they figured out how to sell pizza fast and all day long. Casey's sells all your normal pizza, your pepperoni,
This
your
sounds
supreme, your meat lovers,
pro-consumer.
but on top of
Hydration.
that, they sell different pizzas. They sell taco pizza, they sell barbecue brisket pizza.
I'm not gonna lie,
and
taco
most
pizza
importantly,
actually sounds
they sell
compelling.
breakfast pizza. It is a pizza
I don't know
with
about
cheese
that.
sauce, scrambled eggs, and then either bacon or sausage, and it's
Ronin
fucking
Akira,
delicious.
very good choice for a first message. It seems that you've
So
understood
not
and
only
read
are
the
they
rules.
the only pizza chain in America that's figured out how
You're
to sell
a real
pizza for
chatty
breakfast,
now.
lunch, and dinner, they also
Oh my god, why did no one tell me Chatty was here the whole time blocking chat? Well, anyway,
Little Caesars by
It
having
wasn't on
hot
purpose?
and ready
No!
because they sell pizza by the slice. You can literally go to Casey's on your way to work, grab breakfast pizza and a coffee, then go back there for lunch, grab pizza and an energy drink, and then hit them up
damn,
on your way
Midwest
back home
living
too.
is a nightmare.
Trust me, I've done it. And that's what makes it the most American pizza place on the planet. Not only can you eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner like the Lord intended, it's the only pizza place you can go to on your way home from work and get all the necessary ingredients to go home and get fucked up. Okay, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Little
We know
Caesars,
you're
I
ashamed of
can't
us
go
and have to
there,
hide
get a
everything we
pizza for the
say.
family, and
Well,
then a
yeah, but I would never do it. I mean, that's the contract between streamer and chat. I get tortured for hours, and in exchange, Chatty will offer me on occasion $1 or $2 to allow me to continue getting bullied for my life.
40 and some rolling papers, or a case of Busch Light and some Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen. It's convenient as fuck, and the pizza's better. On top of that, you could probably meet your future spouse there.
I really
see it
wanna
all the
eat their
time on the
pizza.
internet. Women being like, oh, where do I find a good, hardworking, blue-collar guy? Blah, 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 blah. Listen to me. Get off
the
fucking
Casey's!
Tinder, quit going out
At
to
the
nightclubs,
Casey's gas
get your ass
station!
up at 6 o'clock in the morning, drive to the nearest gas station that sells good
today's
breakfast
payment,
food,
Lucy.
let some air
Thank
out
you,
of your
Shia.
tire, wait for the dudes in the high-vis shirts and dirty work boots to go walking in on their way to their construction site. Pick
Thank
the
you,
one that you
Blasna.
think is attractive and walk up to him and be like, oh, excuse me, could you help me air up my tire? Blah, 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 blah. He's gonna do it, and if he doesn't have a wedding ring and seems nice,
The way that I'm still not all the way out of ovulation because the thought of finding a man at a gas station is like appealing to me because, wow, I bet he'll have like grease stains and smell like gasoline and he'll probably have like hairy arms and I need help, man. I need
ask him for
help.
his fucking phone number. The end. The absolute worst case scenario is that dude tells you he has a girlfriend and you made his day because he's been hit on twice in his entire life.
And then you get murdered by his girlfriend because she's a psychopath. Darka Day, thank you for the 300 biddies. I appreciate it. Chatty, I love you too. But admit that you bully me
He's gonna
sometimes.
remember this for the rest of forever, and then you show up to the
Sometimes
same
you
gas
rage bait
station
me
the
on
next
purpose, I
morning
just
and
know
do
it.
again to another guy till you find the one that's available. Go ahead and send the wedding invitation to my P.O. box. You're welcome. Okay, and I know what you're thinking, but chubby electron guy, it's just gas station pizza. No, it's not just
It's
gas
more
station
than
pizza.
that.
It's literally
It's
better
more
than
than
any
that.
other major pizza chain in the country. It's got such a cult following that when David Portnoy, you know, the Barstool sports guy that goes around the country doing pizza reviews, came to Iowa for college football and asked for the best pizza place in town, he overwhelmingly got told Casey's gas station and went there and did a pizza review.
One bite, everybody knows the rules. Gas station pizza.
Gas station.
Casey's General Store, Iowa. Too bacony.
Too bacony?
Too bacony. Huh? It's all right. I mean, it's all right. I don't know. 5.2.
It's all right.
Okay, now to be fair, that doesn't do a whole lot of good for my argument that the pizza's fantastic, but I think we can all agree that's a dog
Into a
shit
300
review.
fictional
How the fuck are
insight.
you gonna order a bacon pizza, take a bite, and go, it's too bacony? What is happening right now? Okay, that's the
it's too bacony. I should have ordered something with less bacon.
only person in the history of forever that's ever been mad there was too many toppings on top of a pizza. It doesn't even make sense.
I don't
It's
like
getting
bacon,
home
so I
with your
wouldn't get
wife
it on
from
my
date
pizza.
night and being like, honey, it's too wet. Imagine going to a Ferrari dealership.
This pizza's too cheesy. This pizza tastes like marinara sauce. This pizza has too much bread.
Buying a Ferrari and then calling them up the next day and be like, guys, this car's too fast. Yeah, that's the fucking point. The
Yeah, this
bacon
lobster's too
pizza
buttery, this steak is
supposed
too
to taste
juicy.
like motherfucking bacon.
The snozberries taste
Oh,
like
no!
snozberries. Ew. These carrots taste musky.
I had the exact same thought when I was watching that scene in the movie.
Oh, damn Oompa Loompas!
Thankfully, he's not the only pizza reviewer that's done this. For some reason, Casey's has such a cult following that tons of people have reviews of them sitting in their cars outside of a Casey's because they stopped to review Casey's pizza as they were passing through, and almost all of them
I want it.
absolutely
I
love
want
So
it.
yeah,
I
that is
want
Casey's,
it.
the
I want
third
pizza
largest
now.
gas station chain in the country and the 5th most
Seattle
successful pizza chain in the
pizza.
country, despite the fact they're technically not even a pizza chain. They accomplish this in two ways. One, they have a gimmick. They're a gas station that sells outrageously good pizza, and two, they played the long game with the beachhead strategy. Rather than competing head-on with
What is
their
a
competition,
beachhead strategy?
instead, they elected to go around the outside, develop
Thank you for
fortified
explaining it.
positions all around them, and then as that enemy
He
finally
encircled
did try to
them.
expand,
He
Casey's
encircled them and then
made it killing
attacked.
Not only selling food to their construction crews to build their gas stations, but in their real estate pricing, and when the time came, they already had a loyal customer base that was in that area. So if you're ever in the Midwest and you see a Casey's, stop in, grab a slice of pizza. It's not a gas station that sells pizza, it's a pizza place that sells gas. Thank you for watching. Best way to
Holy
support the channel is
based.
go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
That's crazy. Now I'm gonna lust for this pizza that I'll never get to have. I'll never get to have this damn pizza, chatty. Never. I'll never be fucking happy again. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna watch this one because this one it keeps
Crunchyroll.
getting put on the back burner and I'm gonna finally fucking watch it and then we have a bunch of things to watch later. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Lock in.
Crunchyroll is in big trouble. I'm currently
When has it not
watching
been on
all
big
the
trouble?
new anime to prepare for my fall recommendation video, and I couldn't help notice something a little different about their subtitles.
Anyone remember
this
when
season.
Crunchyroll was a
Namely,
piracy
that
site?
They're all ass now. The font is worse. The subs don't have a drop shadow anymore. They're timed terribly.
Not
with
even a
lines just
drop
cutting
shadow.
off halfway through sentences, and when characters speak over each other, they just stack the subs on top of each other with no indication of who's supposed to be saying what. All of which makes the subs substantially harder to read and creates potential accessibility issues. Plus, there's no typesetting whatsoever anymore, so you can just forget about reading any on-screen text that's relevant to the story of the anime you're watching.
So bad. So bad.
And to top it all off, when they finally dropped the first episode for Hiroaka's final season,
Just don't
9
read, just
hours
understand
late,
Japanese.
It had
This is the perspective I'm taking. Don't ever ask me for advice on where to find anime and where to get good subtitles. No, go fuck yourself. Learn Japanese. Become a true weeaboo. Reject Western society and insert yourself into the Japanese society in your brain, in your head. Put that language in there, download that shit, and then don't ever complain about subtitles again.
subtitles for every language except English, even though Hulu got it up just fine right on time.
Learn Japanese, Americans!
Overnight, Crunchyroll's subtitles have become as bad as Netflix and Amazon's, if not worse, which is pathetic. pathetic when their one job as a platform is to be the best place to watch specifically anime. While there are still services like High Dive and Ocean Vale offering more limited typesetting,
I have never even heard
who
of them.
were the best at it until literally last month, have seemingly abandoned it altogether. According to as yet unconfirmed rumors, the cause of this seems to be Crunchyroll forcing their entire localization team to switch to this new software called Una, which integrates streamlined subtitling
AI?
tools into a team management chat system similar to Slack. Also, there's some AI crap in there, because of course there is, although apparently
such
that is through
cases.
third-party extensions, not built into the app itself. And sources within Crunchyroll
I feel like people have been trying too hard to replace jobs with AI before AI is even close to actually being ready for it, and it's led to extreme and shitification of so many things.
have confirmed that they're not using AI in subtitling at all for now. There has also been some hay made about how Una's based out of Tel Aviv, though this video is mainly going to focus on how watching anime is getting worse, because that's my wheelhouse. To my knowledge, no one who works there has openly
really
supported
believe it?
the atrocities, but I completely understand if you want to draw the line there anyway. Although, if you do, you might have more subscriptions to cancel than you realize. Una
So
is
true.
an all-in-one enterprise
Oh, I heard
solution
Netflix got
designed
Warner
to be
Bros.
The, quote, gold standard
Not
for
sure
big
what that
studios and
means.
streaming giants who need
Bigger
their
monopoly?
content translated. So it offers pretty much nothing to help with the specific challenges of anime localization. My podcast co-host Miles wrote about this in his anime newsletter on Substack, and according to him, the localization team at Crunchyroll used to use an open source program called Aegis
Looks so
Sub,
much
which
better.
is specifically designed with anime in mind to support advanced
Looks so much
typesetting and
better.
subtitle styling. That was Crunchyroll's secret sauce, but there were several downsides to using it on the business side of things. The more specialized software, of course, required more specialized talent to use it, and those higher effort
Fan subs were better because it came from people who really loved what they were working on and were doing it for pure love of the game.
Subtitles obviously
I'm glad people
take
can
a
get
whole
paid
lot
for it
more
now,
time
but
to
man,
produce
can you
than the
tell.
crap they're settling for now. More advanced typesetting would also require rendering out multiple versions of each anime episode with different hard subs for every language that Crunchyroll offers, because even Crunchyroll's video player can only do so much by itself. Not to mention, platforms like Netflix
Damn, that's
and
a
Amazon
lot.
don't support typesetting at all, so when Crunchyroll sub-licenses an anime to one of those services, they just have to go back and make
What
the
is that
subtitles
animation?
again, but shittier this time anyway. So from a business perspective, changing the software makes some sense, if indeed that is what happened. Crunchyroll hasn't actually
Anya is
confirmed or
one of your
denied that
favorite
they're working with
characters.
Una
That's
yet, and all I could get out of
interesting.
my source is that there were nebulous technical and software
Squint?
issues affecting subtitles for some
From your emoto! Oh, I want a letter from my emoto.
shows, which the team is currently working on fixing. But we still don't have a timeline for when it will be fixed, and regardless, Crunchyroll shouldn't be testing out new technology or a new subtitling pipeline on live anime episodes, let alone all of the new anime episodes for the start
So
of a
true.
season. This is when the fandom is the most active in discovering and discussing new anime, a moment where any kind of pain point in the viewing experience can make or break a show's chance at finding an audience. And they're out here making it hard to even understand what characters
Learn Japanese, chatty. Learn Japanese, chatty. Learn Japanese, chatty.
are saying and screwing around to the point that even tentpole shows like Hiroaka aren't
This is the
coming
perfect
out
video
on
to
time.
end off
This
of
is a
for today.
serious slap in the face to Crunchyroll's core audience, but it's far from the only one in the last few years. Despite the platform's rapid post-pandemic growth, basically every change that
It's
they've
solidifying
made lately
my
has been
resolution,
for the
my
worse.
resolve, my
This all really
kitsui.
comes back to Crunchyroll's merger with Funimation, which a lot of people thought at the time would mean Crunchyroll just taking over
Yeah, time to learn
Funimation's
another
licenses and
language.
continuing.
Next is Spanish. We'll do Duolingo streams. I'm gonna learn so much Spanish. I'm going to become Español bien. How the fuck do you tell someone they got good Spanish? In Japanese, the joke is Nihongo Jozu, but what's the joke for Spanish? Español bueno.
to operate as they had been. After all, they kept the much more successful Crunchyroll branding, and it would be very obviously silly to put the people who made Funimation now, a broken dog shit service that most people only sub to when they had a really good exclusive for the season, in charge of the very platform
I'm one of those Yosabo kids, because I Yosabo Spanish.
But the thing about Japanese megacorporations is that seniority is everything. And Funimation's people had been part of Sony longer than Crunchyroll's, so when the time came to eliminate redundancies, it was the real anime fans who knew what they were doing who got the axe, while Funimation and Sony execs took over. And since then, Crunchyroll has gone through several more waves of layoffs, each one purging the company of more and more of the people who actually gave a shit about anime, the anime community, and the anime viewing experience.
The more you know Japanese, the more you see how lacking and imperfect the English subtitles are. Not only that, but the more you realize that Japanese is so fucking hard to translate to English, you really can't blame a lot of the translations they come up with. It's very hard to capture all the nuances within a sentence from Japanese in the same way in English and not make the sentence sound extremely bad and forced and unnatural. So a lot of things are just left out because otherwise the reading experience would be so bad that you wouldn't want to read it.
First real sign of this change was the degradation of the Crunchyroll store, which almost immediately started having the exact same problems that the Funimation store used to have, with unpredictable product delays and damaged goods due to poor packaging. Exactly the sort of thing you expect to see from people who don't really care
learn
about
Japanese.
anime collectors.
If anime and manga and anything that was originally made in Japanese is truly one of your passions in life, I believe that you do yourself a disservice to not at least consider learning Japanese so you can enjoy it in an even deeper way than you did before.
And just want to move as much product as possible, as quickly as possible, for as little cost as possible. The Right Stuff buyout was supposed to fix that problem by bringing in literally the best people in the anime retail business and all of their supply chain infrastructure, then folding that into the Crunchyroll brand. But I think you already have some idea of what the people in charge now
You just want to watch game shows, though? That's a great motivation. Go do it.
Fans
Go
tell
do it
them
now!
how to run their business, so it probably won't surprise
Watch
you
that
to
one
hear
chocolate
that what
show
actually happened was the
where
exact
everything is fucking
opposite.
chocolate.
The Crunchyroll store experience stayed exactly as shitty as it had been, while their only real competition simply ceased to be.
They fucking bought them out. They killed them all and assassinated them and then made their own service shit.
Injury, people who had pre-ordered stuff from Right Stuff ended up having to deal with the same months-long delays, poor communication, and sloppy, low-effort shipping that they went to that other store to avoid in the first place. And that's not even getting into the various Kickstarters for classic anime re-releases that Right Stuff had been running through their Nozomi Entertainment
Did those never
media
get done?
label, like the Captain Tyler Special Edition that I promoted way back when. Crunchyroll only just started sending out Blu-rays for the Let's Dub Dirty Pair Kickstarter that was funded way back in 2021 with an estimated release date of August 2022. And when they did finally send them out, not only did they fail to deliver on a promised version of the dub with old school sound effects, several of the discs were straight up mislabeled. So yeah, the Right Stuff buyout's been nothing but an unmitigated disaster for anime fans, and it's indicative of a corporate culture that simply does not care what we want because they know they're the only real game in town. But that's still not the most egregious
That's what we call a
example
monopoly.
of Crunchyroll abandoning
And no one likes
the
that fucking
community.
game.
That ignominious distinction belongs to what they've done to their own community.
I miss Crunchyroll threads. I miss the way they used to look. I miss the amount of cringe roleplay I did in them. Average Bussy Enjoyer, Holy Based, welcome to the right community for you, and thank you for the sub.
Which you might have noticed just straight up don't exist anymore. 2 years ago, they shut down their forums, which was disappointing, but somewhat understandable in the new social media age, except that around the same time, they also started using HDCP encryption to block video screenshots on their site and app, making it substantially more difficult to clip, cap, and discuss anime on social media. And it
Once again, fan they make, stealing it the most attractive and the most accessible option.
Made my life
Even when you pay
personally
money,
harder by
you
messing
can't get
up
what
my
you pay
whole
for.
thumbnail process, just as a nice little treat. But it still wasn't all bad. They did still have the comment section directly under every episode that let you dive right into talking about anime with like-minded fans as you were still watching it. And when you finished a series, you could even write up a review that would appear on the show's homepage, which could then spark further discussion. It was a fantastic
nostalgic right
feature,
now.
clearly thought up by anime fans who spent a lot of time on other
Did people
anime
actually read
sites.
these?
But you
Yes!
might have noticed that I'm talking about it exclusively in the past tense, and that's because last summer, on July 8th, Crunchyroll just up and deleted the whole thing without any notice, not even giving those fan reviewers a chance to back their work up elsewhere. One day, comments were on, the next, they were gone, and the reason I know
God, I miss
what
old
specific
Crunchyroll.
day it is because it was kind of my fault. Not on purpose, to be clear. It was the last outcome I wanted to see, but 2 days prior to all the comments and reviews going away, I did make a tweet about some homophobic weirdos who were going around review bombing literally every Yaoi and Yuri series on the platform. I wasn't really trying to start a controversy, and I didn't
Homophobia in my anime community? Nah, bro. Nah, they've been doing gay shit in anime since it started. You're the tourist.
even put any blame on Crunchyroll
Hydration.
for it happening. I was just pointing out weird, toxic behavior from culture warrior tourists trying to gatekeep queer genres that have been part of anime and...
Oh my god, what happened? Wait, no. You all don't fear God! God had nothing to do with the creation of this, I say, jerking my dick.
Anime fandom in Japan and abroad since before they were even born. Fake anime fans using our hobby to push their political agenda are a much bigger problem.
Honestly,
than
it's
any
weird. In a non-homophobic way. I swear.
one anime website, but the tweet did undeniably put some indirect pressure on Crunchyroll to maybe start moderating comments and reviews a little more. Like, at the very least, filter out the obvious copy-paste spam, and I guess they did some internal calculations and came to the conclusion that it would be cheaper to just nuke the whole feature. A frustrating, disappointing, downright depressing...
Guys, we can't afford the $5 we would pay somebody to moderate the review system. So, yeah, fuck it.
Thing to watch unfold when all I wanted to do was mock some guys who forgot about don't like, don't look.
So
but
true.
Now, as I look
Bring that
back.
back.
On
Bring that
moment,
back for
it
everyone.
does give me a bit of hope for this one, because even if Crunchyroll's management...
As annoying as the whole, gay shit in anime, ew, do you not fear God is, what's also annoying is the amount of people who will go to an incest anime and then they'll leave a review and they'll be like, ew, it was an incest anime. Bitch, it was on the fucking tin can. The title of the anime is I accidentally fell in love with my twin sister. What the fuck did you think it was going to be?
Isn't part of the anime community anymore. There are clearly still real anime fans working there who care about what the community and our little slice of it have to say. They've been out on social media reassuring fans about the subtitle situation as best they can without, an official statement from the higher ups. And even if they don't have nearly as much power within the company as they should or used to,
I bought
they
tuna, but
are
I hate
still
tuna-ass
passing the
comments.
concerns
And they
of
insist.
fans along.
They insist,
Since I
bro.
tweeted
It's not enough that they don't eat tuna. They must stop everybody else from eating tuna as well.
about making this video, they even reached out to me about opening dialogue on these and other anime
They tried to
community
stop
issues,
the
so
story.
we'll see how that goes. I would love nothing more than to see Crunchyroll go back to being by otaku for otaku, and I honestly think that that would be the best for the long-term sustainability of their brand, but honestly, I don't even know if that's possible anymore, so I'd settle for them just not actively making the experience worse for their most hardcore users. Crunchyroll may be huge now thanks to the COVID weeb boom, but without their core audience...
Okay, we need an extremely rich anime fan to say, fuck you, Crunchyroll, and then take over everything and run it themselves. We need an extremely rich... We need the biggest oiler of all time to take over Crunchyroll.
They are still a tiny-ass fish in the streaming ocean, and if all of the reasons to watch anime through them
Elon could do it, that's a really fucking bad idea because we have evidence of what he does with projects after he buys them.
Golden Goose could give up the ghost before they
Bye,
know
welcome,
it. And
hi.
I don't want to see that happen because I still think Crunchyroll provides a net positive to anime fans by making sure damn near every show gets translated. Even if you're watching on pirate sites, you're still watching Crunchyroll subtitles, and you'll probably notice the drop in quality there too. Now,
You go, Wolf, welcome, hi.
I've got some poorly
Wait, was her
subtitled
hair
anime.
always white? Is it possible to be this much of a tourist? I've had first-time commenters where they only saw me in, like, the Twitch recommended screen, and then they clicked on me and they're less tourist than you. What the fuck are you talking about?
To watch and recommendations to write, plus another topical video about the politics of One Piece that I'm really proud of. So please make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell if you haven't already to make sure you don't miss any of that. And if you want to support me making more content, especially stuff like this that risks pissing off my own long-term sponsors, consider pledging.
You guys really are out here suffering in the trenches with all of this subtitled anime shit. Geez, I wonder what you could do to make it better. I wonder, maybe there's this thing out there called, oh, I don't know, learning Japanese? Join me, chatty! Join me in the Japanese learning minds. Become just like me for real. Accept your destiny as a fellow Japanese learner. And guess what? You never stop learning. So you'll be stuck here forever, for the rest of your life. Isn't that exciting? You can do something until the day that you fucking die and still not be fully done with it. Come on, chatty, join me in the Japanese minds. That being said, it's high time for me to go and study Max and read and listen to Japanese and nothing but Japanese for the next Chex Watch 48 hours. I should really stop saying Chex Watch because I've been saying that a lot for the past 2 weeks or so. I'm not even sure how I got it into my head. I'll get it out, okay? By the time I come back, it'll be out, alright? So the schedule might be late, but I will try to give you at least 12 hours notice before I do any streams. But yes, expect the schedule to be late and expect next week to probably be a little bit threadbare because I will be doing a bunch of moving preparation next week. It must be done. It must be done. Yes! Wish me luck, chatty! Ganbara! I will pass! Gokakukete! It'll happen! There's no way I can lose! Makiramonka! Okay, chatty, I love you very much. I will see you again as soon as I possibly can. Wish me luck. Mwah! Bye,